Hey everybody, how's it going? I really actually got to watch the volume of that when I say hello. It's much louder, I think, than the intro there. Hope everybody's doing good. Welcome to Satisfactory Mondays, I guess, here on What Darren Plays YouTube channel. We're going to be doing a little bit of water extraction. Apologies that there's been no main video in a while. I've been really busy, but also doing lots in the game behind the scenes that I just felt like we weren't ready to make a full video on just yet. So we'll head on over to Big Shell. I'm just a little further away. I was getting some components together. But the idea is that basically Big Shell, if you remember, is going to require the first video that I want to do in it, now that it's kind of the outer shell, pardon the pun, is now built, is basically power on Strut F. And I think from working it out, we should be getting about 13,000 megawatts of power. So that's actually a lot more than I initially anticipated because we found more oil a little further over to the east. So that extra oil is all just like extra, basically, that can be turned into power. We can get a few little byproducts out of it like polymer resin. That can be turned later into rubber or plastic, should we wish. Hope everybody's doing good. So just hop in the car and then I'll catch up on any chat or whatever. And we can just talk through what we're doing over on the right-hand side of the screen. So it's pretty simple. This stream's going to be a little shorter today. And the reason it's earlier is because, again, kind of coincidentally, I have a driving lesson coming up in a few hours anyway. So I've decided to do the stream a little earlier, and I'll be ending it after probably about 3 hours-ish. So, shorter stream, but generally what we'll be doing is just focusing on building water extraction almost exclusively. But there is a lot that needs to be done. I think it's something like 12 pipes need to be all completely filled with water and pumped up to Big Shell. So, lots to do, and figure out and get the spacing right and everything as well. Do I speak French? No, I do not. I speak un peu. I took French when I was in first, second, and third year of high school, out of 6 years in total. And I was okay. I was like a C student at French, you know. Didn't really take it on. Was kind of anti-learning other languages. I just did it because I had to. And I dropped it as soon as I could. Update 8 is out. Update 8 is out. I don't want to go on about that because we talk about it a lot every time I stream, but it doesn't run well for me, so I basically can't play it. But it runs at like, I could play a new game in Update 8 and it would run great, but my current save in Update 8 runs at like, well, inside that factory, it runs at about 10 FPS. So yeah, it's just regardless of the setting, so won't go over that again. If you want to know more about that, watch the previous streams, or maybe I should get that link handy for people in future that explains the problem in detail on the Satisfactory Q&A website, because it is listed there. Hey Darcy. Good insert time of day for everyone, indeed. Alright, so we're just driving over to Big Shell. We'll have a little recap over to... Yeah, I get a lot of FPS dips in this area, by the way. I think it's a confluence of 2 different biomes, or 3 different biomes meeting together. Oh yeah, maybe I just thought I would just quickly mention this place. So, unfortunately it is nighttime now, or becoming nighttime. But, this was in the previous stream. So the previous stream was Tuesday. Today is Monday as of recording. For those who are watching the VOD, obviously later on down the line. And yeah, in the last stream we basically like updated this place. So behind the scenes, I did a little bit more work on it. I actually changed and moved where the railway is going, or is. So it's a bit further back now, and it's a bit more spaced out. Can't remember exactly what the reason for that was, but there was a good reason for it at the time. But yeah, it should be easier now to like kind of... I think the export line, this line here, the stuff that sends stuff out of the factory, wasn't really ever hooked up properly. So this place now makes 105 crystal oscillators per minute. We could actually check on that just to see that it's actually doing it. And that was a reason for getting this in position, because we wanted to make sure that I was able to actually send this somewhere. So the crystal oscillators, the reason we need so many is because we need 80 to head on over to Big Shell over in the distance there. So we're now capable of doing that. So even though it's taking such a long time, I'm, inching my way to progress towards getting Big Shell up and running. So I think this is pretty much everything. All the materials are now ready in the world. It's just a matter of building out the individual struts now in Big Shell. And I've been thinking about how to do that and working on the layout and stuff. For at least Strut F, for the power strut. So I know how many generators we can fit in there, how many refiners, that kind of thing. Obviously the back of this factory is still not done yet. These two are turned off on purpose, but we could check. You know what, it'd be actually nice just to cut their wires, because I don't like seeing yellow lights. I'd rather see red lights if they're just not going to be on. Alright. But yeah, it looks like this place is actually getting backed up. Maybe it needs faster belts to carry stuff out. It should only be 105 per minute, but it seems to be getting backed up somewhere. Although none of them have stalled yet. They all say 100% as far as I know, so that's pretty good. Yep. Big shell is an octagon. It's not. It's a hexagon. It's been updated. So we can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and each one of these has 6 sides. So they are indeed hexagons. But in the very first episode where I was making it, that was a mistake I was making. So the first one I ever built was going to be octagonal until I fixed it. So we're all good on that. So yeah, I just thought I would just show this really quickly because we spent such a long time in the last stream on Tuesday. I think I spent like 2 hours just doing all the logistics in here. And, you know, it's all running really well. It's just maybe is getting a little bit more backed up than I anticipated. But other than that, we're totally fine. So yeah, this effectively, we'll just follow where it goes. It's actually all completely stalled, thinking about it. As they slowly make their way out. It all should be flowing downstairs right below us. Huh. Oh, you know what? Maybe the awesome sink was cut off from power. That could be what happened, because I redid some of the power lines. That would make sense why it's getting backed up, actually. Hard to see. It doesn't look like it's powered. Oh, there you go. Okay, well that's good. I'm glad to see that we just found that reason really quickly. Maybe just temporarily. We'll just hook that up to power. Just let the factory get flowing again. It's obviously only been a short time since that's happened. Although that said... Oh yeah, it's going in now. Good. So I just had a bunch of stuff I dumped in here for a while, and dumped in here, so that's just going to get emptied out now. Alright, we're in autosave mode. Je suis désolé, mon français n'est pas bien. Je parle un peu, says Bitmark. My pronunciation is horrendous. Mine's perfect, as you can tell. So close to finishing your anno playthrough. Well, my anno, I'm not even close to finish. Well, I'm close to finishing it, but I haven't finished it yet. There's still a few more episodes to go. We'll have a few more this week. I'll probably be recording it tomorrow. It's really hard. My schedule's like all over the place. I just have random driving lessons like every now and then. I've had 8 in 2 weeks, and each one's 2 hours, and they're all at like random times. So it's hard to kind of plan around that. But actually, I've been getting more and more content out more regularly, so things are still overall progressing, but I'd like to have a more set day / set calendar of these things happening. Anyone in chat got experience with server play? Got some issues with ghosting conveyor lifts and not working belts? Any tips? I played it multiplayer before, but I can't say I had those issues. The only thing I had was visual glitches. So you'd see like a belt connecting to, you know, an output connected to another output, and the belt would have like a gap in it, and the object would disappear that's on the belt, but then it would reappear on the other side. It would almost look like a teleport. So I had little visual glitches like that, but I can't say I ever had specifically ghosting or anything like that. I feel like you've been close to finishing the Anno series for years now. Yeah, well, the problem was that last DLC... the last DLC added the lifestyle, right? So it just doubled up the goods for every class. Like, every tier suddenly just had 6 more things that they needed. Everyone, right? And not even counting the mail that they also need. So it just meant that that last DLC really extended the life of the game when I decided that I was going to provide everything for every tier. And then I had a big war as well. So the war disrupted all my trade routes, and then it was almost like playing the game, not quite from scratch, because we had all the workforce in place, but it was almost like redesigning every production chain. Probably a really bad idea to do, really, so late in this series, because it takes a lot of time, and there's less people watching this far in. But it's getting pretty close. We're almost done, and then I can just do the final bits of beauty building, and that'll be it. So I think at the moment, the cool thing is, like, I provided everything to, like, investors, and you can walk away from the computer and come back, and they always still have everything. The population doesn't change, the money doesn't change, you know, everything just gets set, which is a really nice feeling. It's like, yep, everything's just running as it should be, no fluctuations. So that's the idea, that we want to have that for absolutely everybody. And it's just a tall task, a tall order to do. I think the only tiers left, though, are the Yondoleros and the Shepherds, and I think the Explorers in the Arctic. So just 3. So not too much left to go. Just realized my music's not on. There we go. Alright, so let's get caught up. So basically, well, we could always have a look at the diagram. I feel like that's usually a good thing to do. Alright, so here we are. Big shell. This has come in so handy, just even for me. I often forget what goes where. Big shell. So Strut F is the one I'm going to start with because it's power. Power for me at the moment, we have about 10,000 more than we need. Oh, actually, not so much anymore. About 5,000. Those lines are getting close together. We did expand a few places, so that's interesting to see. And we added all the oil extraction. Alright, so yeah, so that's the reason anyway that I want to work on power next, because it's kind of needed before we start powering on the other struts. So for Strut F, we're going to be feeding it... Let me actually just break out my Excel sheet really quickly. Yeah, so 1,050 oil. Just 1,050 oil is going to go into F. As well as 530 heavy oil. So those two together, going into F, can get refined. So in 17 refineries, we can turn the oil into fuel. Excuse me, and a further 9 refineries, we can turn the heavy oil into fuel. And that gives us a total of about 1,050 fuel. And for 1,050 fuel, you can have roughly 35 generators if they are all overclocked. So I don't think I've got quite enough for it yet, and I'll be building the generators in a video. But I'm gathering slugs that I've been finding. I've kind of tapped this area almost completely for them. Although they seem to sort of regenerate accidentally, I think. But yeah, so I need to make a bunch of power shards, because I actually can't really fit that many, you know, 3 times more of those generators in there, because they take up a lot of space. So basically what we're going to be doing today is just getting the water extraction process ready. So the oil is all in position, and the pipelines are in position, sending everything up. But the pipelines are mostly empty, because they're waiting to get their water. So we have to build the extractors. So in here, we've got a grid of pipes, right? 9 pipes stacked like this. So we've got 3 water, 2 water there, and 1 water there. That's just the way it happened to work out. So we have 600, 600, and 450. And then we can decide the amounts that go into all these water pipes. Ideally, you know, there's 6 pipes. Each pipe can take 600. We should be able to fill it 3,600 on this side. That'll be the eastern pipe layout that we could do first. But we have to work out the foundations for it. So let's just get started with that. So 3,600 water. We just actually build a water extractor really quickly and see how much do they make. I think they make 300 if you overclock them. Not that we have to overclock them. We could just put them down regularly, but this will just tell me the amount really quick. So 120, and then if we overclock it, it goes up to 300. Yeah. So let's say that we don't overclock it, because I'm a little tight on power shards. Let's say we just had 120. So 3,600 divided by 120 tells us how many we need. So we need 30. 30, not overclocked. 30 of these. And that'll all feed into 6 pipes. So 30, well, this is actually straightforward. It should be 5, right? We need 5 separate pipelines for these 30 machines. That's how it'll all work out. That's the plan anyway. I finally have 5 subscribers. It took a while. Congratulations. Really enjoyed all your content since I have subscribed. Thanks, Brett. I haven't played Anno in a bit, but I'll probably have a lot more to do with the 19th century soon again, and would probably pick it up then. Yeah, I saw that you're playing Victoria 3. Hey, Sanjay. You just said in-city skyline. Alright. Let's, I was just catching chat. Let's just move back over towards where I think I'm going to do the water extraction. So I wasn't too sure where I was going to do it. We have this massive pipeline that leads all the way out here. So it's probably going to go into the bottom of this pillar. Whoops. Into the bottom of this pillar. And there is kind of an area where it would fit in. And it should look pretty good. In City Skyline, make 1 3 line. I read your comments, by the way. I saw your comment today. Don't worry, I read all my comments. I know YouTubers say that, but I really do. I don't get that many. Every video I do has like 30 comments. That takes like, you know, 3 or 4 minutes to read. It doesn't take much. I saw your comment. Can't say if I'll do it or not yet. I have to be in the game and think about it. I love factories. I'm very satisfied. Hey, 2 hands. Alright, yeah, so this is kind of the location I was going to do it at. Because it's a big wide area. We have this walkway that leads around it anyway, and we need 30 of these machines placed down. Now, I should be able to fly here, because we have power running underneath. That's good. We have to build in from that sandbar thing, though. We have to start somewhere like over here. I didn't actually check. Do I have enough? We need 30. I'm just slightly short on reinforced plates, so we could get the ball rolling here. Now, I think to help guide where these go, if we lock it to world grid, we just drag this across. Maybe we can put the water extractor right on that. Sometimes it works on foundation, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, it does. That's nice. There we go. Nice and orderly. So yeah, just one right there, and we can start. So we need 5 rows, potentially. 5 rows of 6, right? That's what we need. How easy is this going to be? Alright, so now that we've won in position, we can just copy and lock them to each other, holding control. So just get our first one down. Alright, so that's 6 water extractors all up and right. Is it? No, that's 5. Sorry, we need 6. 5 rows of 6. Okay, and then we'll just have to build the pipe junctions, and then we can... No, we don't want to link them together. They actually have to be separate rows. 5 in a row, so they each do 120. 120 times 5, 600. 600 is the max that you can carry on a pipe, so we are good. Alright, just one sec. 6 rows of 5, I think. 5 extractors make 600. Yep. You said it before me. Where's Vamp and Pliskin? Did you find all the bombs? Oh, that's a good point. We should put on the Metal Gear music, actually. I did find all the bombs. Froze them. Good morning, Trosty, by the way. Yeah, it's nice and sunny out here as well. So I'm going for a driving... Every driving lesson I've ever done, it's just been super sunny. It's been great. Although, a little blinding. To be quite honest, I'm surprised people go so fast. We had this discussion before in my Discord about how people speed. It's unbelievable to me, but that's just apparently what people are doing a lot. Going down country roads, and my instructor's like, you know, you can speed up if you want. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, I feel in control, but I'm not in a hurry to get anywhere. Maybe one day I will be, but not today. All right. I should extend power out here because I just keep falling. Vicky was okay. It's not great, not terrible. Its biggest failing is just that it's nowhere near as good as the subject matter deserves to be. That's the real disappointment. Coming from Paradox, yeah. Yeah, I've actually still never played it. I don't know, I just kind of felt like it wouldn't be for me when I saw it initially. I just thought there wasn't enough really happening. And it was too autonomous. It didn't seem like your choices really matter. That's what I felt, from an observer point of view. Okay, so foundations. Lock that to there, bring this all the way out. And this should give me just a platform, quite literally, to connect the pipes on. So, oh, actually, I guess I should just... I don't know why I did that. I should just raise it above that. It doesn't need to be that low down anymore. Keep this one here just as a template. But we want to come up over the waterline now, right? Pretty much. And because we built it on the world grid, it should line up. Yeah. This is great. Alright, cool. So what we're doing, for anyone who's just joined, is we need to pump 3,600 water into this pillar over here to connect it to my big pipeline over there. So I haven't really figured out where these pipes are going to go. I just know I need to make a row, 5 rows of 6 extractors. And that will give us the amount we need. So we've done just basically 1 right now. I'll just connect this one up and then I'll just catch my chat as well. What are we missing? Plastic. I'll have to go over and grab that. Alright. You have 6 extractors in that row. You only need 5. Good point. Okay, we'll fix that in a sec. Yeah, sorry. So it's 6 rows of 5 extractors. Got it. I was saying it the other way around. My bad. Traveling in England on vacation was tough coming from the States. Don't know why. Couldn't quite put my left hand on it. That's funny. I would assume, obviously, it's, I'm sure the, yeah, the side of the road is probably the biggest thing, but a lot of people seem to have problems with, when we had American friends over, they just thought it was crazy how many roundabouts there were. I know that's like a common thing that people always bring up, but they were just like, oh, it's just, you just have to be much more observant. You don't just wait for the light most of the time, right? You have to be like, I gotta wait for the moment to join the road, rather than wait for the lights to tell me when to do it. So maybe it's just a bit more added time pressure, I guess, perhaps. These people were from LA. So obviously traffic there is a nightmare and you're just waiting half the time. So that might be why they felt that way. Sup, Kurt? You said sup, Dan. My name is Darren, just so you know. Dan could be a shortened version, I guess. If you just chop out the R, R, and E, you get Dan. Been a big fan of your Anno series. I just got to the Arctic part. I loved it that much. I became... Hey, appreciate that. Thank you. Got to the Arctic part. Trying to think where you are then. If it's the first time... Yeah, it's pretty early on. Either late on in the first little series of 36 episodes, or late on... Oh no, I didn't bring any plastic with me. Alright, we'll have to go grab some. There's some really close by, but I didn't realize I did that. Okay. Oh, there's some here. Although 400 is not going to be enough. Where's my car that I just left? Yeah. Let's just go over to the car. I can drive over to the Crystal Oscillator Factory super quickly, and there's a bunch over there that we'll just bring with me. Sanjay, thank you very much for becoming a member. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Did you see my posts and suggestions about Railgrade? Oh, sorry, yeah. I'm not looking to play any new games at the moment, but I have seen that. I have seen it already. Yeah, it looks okay. I don't have much opinion on it. At the moment, I just have no time to play anything like extra on my channel. A couple what's it called? Like companies have reached out to me to do sponsorships, and those are like the only ones I even can barely make the time for because they're like paying. But yeah, I'm just like super busy with like Satisfactory, City Skylines, and Anno. Once Anno finishes up, that clears up a chunk of time. Then I can add in another one. But for now, for the next month, I would say I'm pretty much set. I don't mind the idea of doing a one-off video every now and then. It's just that, I don't know, I'd like to take the time to play and really understand the game. I wouldn't just sit down, turn on Railgrade, and be like, here we go, here's a video. I'd need a lot of time to play it. I looked at it, though. I'm not that into trains, really. I played Sweet Transit. That's a really cool train game. Kind of like Anno, but with just trains. And Railgrade seems cool. It's like a little almost miniature set puzzle game in a way. So I thought aesthetically it looked cool. I just felt I just don't have the time for another logistics game right now. Also enjoy your content. Thank you, Sanjay. Episode 3 of Series 2. Nice. Yeah, cool. Man, you've got like 100 to go. You plan on sticking with it. Because they just kept adding DLC. Alright, back over. Is the stream lagging? No, the frames are just bad. When I stream this game, it lags. Especially if I go over there. Into that factory, it gets very laggy. I think it's because there's two reasons. I can go to a factory that's even busier than that, and there's no lag. The main reason seems to be that there is a border straight through it of where biomes change. So you see this like terrain here, this valley that sweeps along. Once that meets the river, there's like a border change, a world border change. But there's another one as well, also in the same area. So if you wanted to pad it out, there's this kind of a square here, or a big rectangle here, called the Spire Coast. So that's its own biome. Then there's a biome within the valley, which is part of the desert biome. And then there's another biome out this way. And when you're transitioning biomes, it's like in Minecraft when you go from one chunk to another. It has a big, hefty loading issue. And it tries to anticipate it. It does it like kind of as you're leading into it, not necessarily as you cross a specific line. Anyway, because of that, it just seems to be in a really unfortunate place because it's very laggy there. But also then while I'm streaming, the game is just very laggy for me. Don't really know why. It doesn't really matter if I change graphics settings. It seems to be a CPU thing. And I can't play Update 8 right now because it's way too laggy. It's 20 FPS in this save, regardless of where I am in the world. And other people don't have that issue, so I don't know if it's just my hardware or whatever. Just classic PC things, you know? Of course. But yeah, the next update for this game, for those unaware, is using Unreal Engine 5. And they actually get rid of this biome chunk problem. They just have a world streaming, I can't remember what it's called, something world streaming, where it just loads things that are in front of you all the time rather than loading giant chunks. So that issue should go away, technically. But the game just runs like ass for me in the new update, so I have to wait. Unfortunately, Sweden are a bunch of lazy bastards. And they take holiday for like a month and a half during summer or whatever. I say this as a joke, by the way, for anyone just watching. Two Hands is from Sweden. I know Two Hands, so I'm just joking. I don't mind people taking a long break, and they telegraphed that they'd be taking a break, but basically it means that there's no updates coming to fix the performance issues that I'm having, at least in experimental right now, so I just gotta wait. So I'm sticking on update 7. But yeah, you can see, like, I could just feel like it just randomly dips and lags for a while as I'm moving through the world quickly. If I stay in one spot, it's pretty much fine. Anyway, I wonder if Darren could play Vicky 3 at 5 times speed on medium graphics and maintain 60 FPS. No, he couldn't. I'll be surprised if I could maintain anything. I could maintain 30 FPS in anything. Are you thinking of doing an Oxygen Not Included Let's Play in the future? No. I really like that game, but I'm not planning on doing any Let's Plays of older games. Only new games. He doesn't like trains, don't shell. It's not that I don't like trains. I think 2 Hands some warped, jokey notion that because I've played a game with a train in it, and I like factories or logistics games, that I just like train games. Trains are cool. I do like trains, generally. But I don't really like train logistics. I don't find that enjoyable in a video game. To me, that's the annoying part of Factorio, is working out train signals and stuff. Alright, so put our level 1 pipes in, and we're connected with the level 2 pipe overall, and then we'll go to the next row and just keep doing this row by row. Yeah, I don't think I should bother doubling up the rows. Can we just do this? Does it just work in front of it? It seems to. Actually, you can go a bit further back in, can't it? About there. And then we get, well, I'll be cutting away that concrete. Alright, there we go. Second row is in position. We just need to pave it out so we can put the things down. I guess the spacing's not the exact same. We'd need to come over it a little bit. Maybe I could try to do that, because it'll look better at the end if we do. Anyway, I've all July, we have warped jokey notions about you. Yes, do new game. I'm not planning on doing any new games or anything anytime soon. Sorry. The newest game I just did was City Skylines, and that's just started, so I'm not planning on doing anything else new. At least not right now. Trying to work out. I think it came over about that much. Okay, cool. I'm from India. Hello. My driving instructor is from India, apparently. Indian food is my favorite food. That's the best I can do with relating to anything from India. Oh, I'm after doing 6. Yeah, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I'll cut away those 2 ends. Sorry, my bad. Don't worry. All good. Guess I should just drag out power. Alright. Trying to get it done fast, just to make some progress, but do it right. Alright, okay. 5 and 5. So we need 6 rows of these. That's 2 rows almost done. Hey Nathan, finally managed to catch a stream. You started earlier than usual. Yeah, so I was mentioning earlier, I've got a driving lesson in a couple hours, so I wanted to do the stream a little earlier, because otherwise I basically couldn't have done it at all. So my lesson's at 5. I normally stream at 3 UK time. So I decided just to go a bit earlier. I meant to do it at 1, but I was just a bit busy, so it started just around 1:30. Alright, cool. So there's 2 rows there. Let's just keep it going. Making good progress. Let's come over the edge just a little bit, right? So the big kind of air bumper things go right to the edge, but they don't actually kind of cross over. That's just my reference, so basically there. That aligned? That one actually isn't aligned. I noticed that the line was doing some weird stuff with that one. Wait, is it? No. Easier to lock it onto that one for some reason. I think because of these sandbars, probably just right below us. Alright, good. Did you... I didn't see what you said, Darcy. You retracted the message. Driving lesson, can't you just cram into a little GTA every day? Oh, that's what I've been doing for the last 30 years. That's what pretty much all my experience is based on. I'm only driving automatic. I'm only learning automatic, I should say. So it's pretty easy. But it's more just for me anyway. It's like knowing the rules of the road. I mean, I wasn't born in England. I've lived here for 8 years, but almost my entire time here, I've just walked everywhere or gotten public transport. And when I'm like, yeah, pretty much actually, it's because I've very rarely have I ever gotten in a car. I think I've maybe been in a car in England, I would say less than 10 times in the 8 years I've lived here. That's no exaggeration, because it's just, I'd just get a bus wherever I have to go, or I would walk, or train. And I didn't have any friends that drove, so it just never really happened. So basically, looking at the road and road signs and knowing how traffic works, so I had no clue. Like, just going in completely blind. Effectively. Because I haven't passed my theory. I haven't done it yet. It's something that's kind of, different for me. In Ireland, before you can start driving on the road, you have to pass your theory. But in England, you can just get a provisional license whenever you want. There's no test that you have to do, nothing. You just apply for it and you get it. Which I think is really weird. It seems kind of backwards to me. It's like, oh yeah, you can get in the car and then learn how the road works. But it works for me because it meant that I don't have to do my theory just yet. I'll be doing it in like a month's time, basically. As an American, this sounds like heresy. I woke up and checked YouTube and saw streaming. I was like, wait, I actually didn't sleep in. That's funny. There we go. Alright, making good progress. Making good progress. Need to put down another line of power, though, I think. How many lines is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more after this. After we hook this one up first, of course. Been watching Anno, and my gosh, what a great series. Finally caught up. 2 years or so deep. How many hours do you think you have in Anno in total? The Ubisoft launcher is a little unreliable, I feel like, for its time, but it says something about it's closing in on 1,000, but I would say actually more than that, based on what I would like. I just feel like I've done more than 1,000. I don't know for sure, but the save file says like nearly 400 hours, just the save file, and I do a lot of testing stuff, so I would have thought it'd be more than 1,000, but apparently not. So apparently it's about 1,000, and I don't have any of the save files. Except for when we did the scenario mode that time. The, can't even remember what the mode is called, but it's like the silver in Mexico, I think. That's unsafe, sorry. I guess Darren is procrastinating in Big Shell, so he doesn't have to deal with train line. I'm not procrastinating at all. I've been doing loads of stuff. I'm getting everything ready before, like... yeah, I'm just not procrastinating. You have to get everything ready before you can start building up there. But what else? Because, yeah, the last thing we did on the stream was built up the Crystal Oscillator Factory, and that's needed. I can't make supercomputers without crystal oscillators. So it's like you got to do the foundational work first. We've gotten all the oil is together now, and now we're getting the water, and that's literally it. Then we just have to go up and build it. And I've already been, see, behind the scenes I'll do stuff. Like I've already mapped out where like roughly anyway, where machines are going to go, how I'm going to break up the strut. And aesthetically like how it's kind of going to look. So, you know, I'm always doing stuff like that. Got to get it all prepared and then just bang it all out in one video. That's the plan anyway. Not the entire build, but I mean one strut. One video is going to be powering on Big Shell. That'll be the next one. That should be coming this week, because everything's basically ready. I don't need the water to do that. I just wanted the water to be in place for when I get going next. Alright, one last row to go. No way you've only got 1,000 hours? I know, right? It doesn't seem like that much. I've clocked 800 in Satisfactory since starting this series, so I just feel like there's no way, having done Anno for much longer, that it's less. How many hours does Steam say you have on this game? Yeah, this Steam says I've got 800 in this one. I just check it now. Yeah, 810. And then on Epic, I think I had like about 100 as well, because I had it on Epic first. Alright. Last row of 5. Oh, wasn't I gonna... It said that I was gonna run out of, reinforced plates, but I didn't. How the hell did that happen? Also, why is this not snapping in? I don't know. Just have to go by eye. There we go. Ah, there we go. We did it. I was able to afford it all. I'm gonna switch the music real quick. Bear with me. Alright, there we go. Stream is best for interacting with viewers. Sorry, yeah, so let's see. That's some rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up. What numbers? Oh, the hours? Did you know it's impossible to say the words "G'day, mate" with a normal accent? It'll always be Australian. Good eye, mate. I just did it. I mean, you're enjoying it too much to finish it off. Oh, I see. No, I'm like, it's anxiety inducing. There's like so much to do. Like, why did I take on such a big project? They still haven't built that final bridge, actually, to do that as well. You gotta get on Legendaries level. Legends level? Is there anything in Satisfactory more idiotic than pipes? I mean, for real? Probably the big bean-shaped creatures. Probably those. Or that you have the components to build a space elevator. Before you have the components to build, like, I don't know, a coal generator. But yeah, sure. There's lots of little things, I guess. Six rows of 5. Yeah, these are rows of 5. 6 rows of 5, isn't it? How many have we got now? Oh, that's 5. Oh yeah, we need one more. Okay, sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yep, need 30. Alright, one more to go then. So I didn't have enough in the end. Which means, yeah, we need to get more stuff, right? I'm out of reinforced plates. Let's see, we need 5 more extractors. Yep, just lacking reinforced plates. We can go for a run and get some. Two hands, please don't turn this into a discussion channel for what you and Bitmark are painting. That's what Discord's for. The space giraffe would tick penguin things. Yeah, would tick penguin things. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I was just thinking like, oh yeah, there's no walkway to go from here to there, but there is, but it's all the way up there. You'd have to go up to the top if you want to walk from strut to strut. Not the best for getting around on the bottom. It's not meant to be. You're meant to just go up one, but while we're building down here, I suppose it's a little awkward. Okay. I don't mind the kappa. The reason I just say that is because, like, off-topic discussion trains me not to read my chat, and I'm already pretty bad at that, you know? That's why. I'd rather people mostly talk about things to do with either the game or the stream. Oh, might have to make a little drive to get some. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's break it up a bit. I'm doing one thing for a while. That's the official name for the bean creatures. The tick penguin. I didn't know that. I thought they were called beans. Yeah, I don't know if they're ever called anything in-game. Gotta make that train station nicer and build a dedicated train station for that place. That's one other job that I'll have to do at some point. That's definitely needed, because if you want to get these components in there, that has to be done. So reinforced iron plates. I don't think I have to go this far, but just for the fun of the drive. Gonna drive down to the old factories and just pull some from there. Didn't take too long. I prefer the bird. The beans and doggos are annoying. The bird thing is cool, because at least you can use it to get around. And it's massive. Anyone pick up anything in the Steam summer sale? Like anything with a good deal or something new that you've been enjoying? A lot of people tell me to play that Tectonic kind of game, the Underground Builder. Did update 8 fix the tire issues in the vehicles? It did, yeah. I had to drive around with it. If the vehicles feel really good in it, in my opinion anyway. They just feel stable, you know? Although my frame rate gets so bad in update 8 that it's like I'm driving through sludge. Like the physics slows down of the vehicles or something, but it's nice. I drive along my little roads and it's just dead straight, super even. Certainly will, if I was building a brand new world, I'd be just laying out roads everywhere at the beginning, I think. Roads, hybrid road and rail. I see people do that, generally. But that would be cool to do. You just have like a railway with a road going under it or something. That'd be nice. I grabbed Subnautica Below Zero. Oh, nice. Yeah, I love Subnautica. Subnautica would be like one of those games I'd love to do a series on, but I'd want them to make a new one rather than do a series on an old one. But I never actually played Below Zero. I bought it when it first came out, but then I was like, oh, I'll wait till it gets updated, and then I just never played it. I played the first one, though, a lot, and finished it. I was just looking at how janky that Explorer looked on the road. Yeah, you could basically just see the wheels popping up and down. It doesn't happen in the new update, so it's all good. At least it will be fixed. It's been like that since the game came out, though. It's just always happened. Only when you're driving on foundations. It drives on the ground just fine. There's some weird collision detection thing with foundations where it doesn't detect the gap properly for... There's like a delay on it. So the wheel sinks down and then it bumps back up. The drive is actually fairly stable, though. It just visually looks janky. I've been binging your older content, and I was watching your Vampire Coast Warhammer playthrough, and you broke my heart when you said Skaven were your least favorite. Yeah, see, for me, I'm not into... I like serious things, I guess, for better or worse. And when you have like, I mean, I actually like the idea of talking rats. I think it's kind of cool, mutated talking rats or whatever. But it's just the stuff they say. It's the same with greenskins. It's just too comical for me to kind of get into. So I also just don't like the playstyle of very, very weak morale. That's something I really dislike in Total War games, is that morale where it ping-pongs back and forth. Like, they run away, they come back, they run away, they come back. To fight or to use. I just can't. I hate that. But they have cool war machines, you know, to give them credit with something. Although I haven't actually bought all the... Because I don't like Skaven, I didn't buy all their DLC. So for me, their rosters are, like, pretty weak. More interesting to fight against because they have the DLC when you're fighting against them. Please do a series on Subnautica? Probably not. I hate to tease it, but yeah, probably not. Just mostly new games. The games I'm looking on, you know, just waiting for a release date, really, would be Manor Lords, Falling Frontier, City Skylines 2, I guess. That has a release date, of course. But, damn, there's one other one I can't quite remember. It's definitely another one, though. I'm using update 8, so not used to seeing... You're not used to seeing it. Update 8 is... Sorry, I looked over at the chat while driving. Update 8 has only been out for a couple of weeks. You're like, oh, I'm not used to seeing that feature that's been there for years. For the last couple of weeks. Alright, that was a long drive, but we're here. I gotta be honest, I can't even remember if this place makes reinforced plates. It must do. I think it does. In a very long time. Yes, it does. Put some in the back of the car. Don't need rotors or anything, I don't think. Maybe just 100. And then there was iron rods inside. I'll grab. Good. I think people are overly compensating Unreal 5 to be the cause of all performance issues. I don't know. I haven't read what other people are experiencing or anything. I just know what I'm experiencing, which is moving to Unreal 5. The game is running really badly for me. So I'm not saying it's because of Unreal 5, but there's something that the developers haven't done yet, or that they have done, which has caused the issue, because it doesn't happen in this version. So that's all I can really say, I guess. One thing I'd like to do, actually, just really quickly while we're down here, is there is a car that doesn't have fuel. Not that it really needs it. You just go fuel that up really quickly. It's the only truck in the game that I don't have automated for fuel. What about Derail Valley Simulator? Oh, I never heard of it. Yeah, maybe I could check it out. As I was saying before, I was just curious what people might be playing, but I'm actually totally booked up. I've got no room to add any more games at the moment, unless I drop one. And Anno will be finishing eventually, like, you know, a couple weeks probably, so maybe then, but at the moment, I just want to do more City Skylines and more Satisfactory. I just can't get them out quick enough. I like to put a lot of planning into them. Which genre of game is your favorite? I don't really have a favorite genre. Hate to be boring, but whoops. But I just play loads of different types of games. Like at the moment, I'm playing Octopath Traveler 2. It's a JRPG, turn-based JRPG. Game of the year for me, but it's not my favorite genre. I don't think. I don't know. Eventually, for now and eventually, so in 2026. Well, at least they've stopped making content for Anno, so I can definitively say it will end somewhere. But people ask me like, "Oh, will you do another series with mods and stuff?" I don't think so, but I might stream Anno, its own separate campaign. That could be fun. Alright, so I'm just heading back to Big Shell now. I've got the materials I need to finish the water extraction and then some, so it'll be good. I didn't have to. I could have gone by rail. I just thought it'd be fun to drive. I know, did only grab the game at the start of June, so very limited time on Update 7. That's fair, actually. I shouldn't assume that people have been playing for that long. Old box factories give me some nostalgia. Yeah, I know, totally. I know, not this one, but maybe even the computer factory back there, and then obviously the starting area. Yeah, it's nice. I'm glad I left it there, because it is fun to walk into. It's great. I've never made another iron factory. I feel like we definitely need to make another bigger one. But I usually just grab everything I need out of that one. Like iron plates and stuff. I don't have a dedicated iron factory, but I obviously tap other iron nodes to build them into their respective factories whenever they're needed. What's happening? But yeah, never actually made one that does like... I guess this is kind of an iron factory, right? It makes heavy modular frames and fused frames. So that's sort of one. Then we have our aluminum factory, which uses some iron. Copper. Warming up for my lesson later, yeah, totally. Yeah, actually, speaking of, just before I started learning to drive, I got a little Logitech wheel, and I was playing Dirt Rally 2.0. Love that game. It was, well, I can't say I love it. I mean, I really enjoyed the game, but I've only played like 10 hours of it or something, but I really enjoyed the time I had with it. I'm a big fan of like Forza and Gran Turismo, so I like racing games. I just got the platinum in Overcooked 2 with my girlfriend. What else? Before that, I platinumed the Callisto Protocol. So it's just like, yeah, I just play whatever. I love so many different types of games. It's the games, I'd say the genre I like the least is probably like online. I just don't really play many online games. I like single player games for the most part. I do sometimes though. I used to play a lot of Battlefield back in the day. Hey, Angel, thanks so much for the super chat. And they say, keep up the great work. Grab a coffee or tea before your driving lesson. Way too hot for that. But I'll find a good use for it. But thank you. No, I do appreciate it though. Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. My girlfriend, she drinks like tea, like super hot tea. 2 or 3 cups of tea a day, I'd say. For me, it's like it's a seasonal thing. I'll drink tea during winter. But no way am I having it. It's like 27 degrees or something outside now. Celsius, it's no way. Yeah, and I'm not much of a coffee drinker. Right now I'm drinking Gamer Sups, which is like an energy drink. I used to drink G Fuel. Now I drink Gamer Sups. Basically the same thing. It's like just, you know, water and ice mixed with like energy, mixed with caffeine basically. Little flavoring powder. It's super nice though. I love it. It's so tasty. So that's what I'm drinking at the moment. Getting hyped. Thanks again though. Appreciate the super chat. Goes a long way. I think I mentioned it before, but you know, like a membership or a super chat, you're basically like for every $2, let's say that you're dropping, you're probably adding like 1,000 views, you know, in terms of equivalent ad revenue and stuff. So it's really huge for a small creator. So I do appreciate it. Do I like F1? Unfortunately, no. I'm like not into sports or real world motorsports or anything like that at all. Really boring. I like games. I like all types of games. My time is completely consumed by all these different types of video games, and that's basically everything. People ask me about music and movies and stuff, and movies to some extent I like. You know, I watch movies every now and then. But music even, it's all just like video games. Just give me video game soundtracks, movie soundtracks. Any free time I have, I'm playing the game, you know? That's just what I like to do. I just find it to be the best form of entertainment, and I just can't get enough of it, so... I've never really been interested in football or sports or anything. I like playing football or sports, and I like actually physically driving, but watching it I'm not really that into. But F1's been becoming really popular, I feel like, over the last 5 years. Just so many friends that I have that have all just become engrossed in it lately. And the same is true for hockey, I've noticed as well. Ice hockey. Alright, so... got my iron plates with me now. Got more iron rods. Have everything we need for the water extractors. I'll just clear the UI of that so you can declutter a bit. And we just have to build these 5 more and then add the pipes and connect them into the strut. So at the moment, for a little bit of a recap, what we're doing is... that's my big shell inspired build. and want to get water flowing into this strut so that the pipeline can actually be full of resources, I guess. We got to do it on the opposite side as well, so this is just one half of what we need to do today. Love your videos. I'm waiting on episode 11 in your Oh, sorry, I'm watching episode 11 in your Satisfactory playlist from India. Nice. Episode 11. Could you tell me what's happening in that so I get a frame of reference? I wonder if whatever I was building in episode 11 is still there in the world now. Favorite movie soundtrack? Interstellar? Probably. Hans Zimmer. I actually just saw Hans Zimmer live recently. Girlfriend's name is Rosie. I'm just gonna say Rosie instead of saying my girlfriend all the time. So Rosie bought me tickets to go to it for my 30th birthday, which was at the end of last year, but he was only available, like, you know, the concert was only a few weeks ago. And initially I was really skeptical. I actually kind of had a bit of a bad reaction to the present. Not like a terrible reaction, but I was like, oh, I don't know if we really want to go to this. But it was great. I was really skeptical and I shouldn't have been. It really was very, very good. Possibly the best concert I've ever been to. So it was really fantastic. Great seats and everything, so. But yeah, Interstellar would probably be favorite movie soundtrack. Most of my favorite movie soundtracks would be from probably Hans Zimmer, I guess. Let's do this one first. Live? Yeah, it was live, yeah. Live in the O2 in London in somewhere in mid-June is when we went. Gladiator performed. What was really cool was one of the for one of the Interstellar songs, I think I can't remember what it's called. It might be called No Time for Caution. It's like the docking scene. And if people remember in Interstellar, you know, the Endurance is spinning out of control. And it's falling towards the atmosphere of the planet. And Matthew McConaughey is like, we're gonna, you know, the dock, rotate and push it out so it doesn't like go down. Anyway, the music that kicks into that is epic, and the thing is like spinning. And during the live show, there's like this sort of, I guess, a giant disco ball in the middle of the O2 arena, but it was huge. And it was just there the whole time, never did anything. But during that song, they shone lights up to it and started spinning it, and it made it look like the room was spinning. It was fucking awesome. It was so cool. So I like the little nods they did to the various films, like when he was playing soundtracks and stuff. And it was just really cool, because it wasn't just like they just played the movie soundtrack. They would kind of blend them into each other or do a few different creative things with them, you know? So that was kind of cool. And he played some more obscure ones from films he said that weren't very good, like films that I'd actually never even heard of. I already forgotten what they were called, but he was like, you shouldn't go see this film, but like I really like the music I made for it, so no one really gets to hear it. So he played a few of those like more obscure tracks, which was quite cool. I liked it anyway. And he played all the hits, for sure. He had the Gladiator theme was like unbelievable how good that was. And they had the original singer to come out for it and stuff, so pretty good. I actually thought the original singer was Enya, but it wasn't. Some other lady named Lisa something. She was awesome. Anyway, that's No Time for Caution. Also remember episode 11 now. Episode 11, Interstellar's got an amazing soundtrack, but I gotta say that Maze Runner trilogy, don't think I've actually seen it, to be fair. Boxers or Briefs? Boxer Briefs, probably, would be the best. Yeah. Because I like boxer shorts, right? But they're kind of like not skin tight, but sounds gross. But, you know, close fitting for comfort and suspension. Whereas if you get really big loose boxers, not a big fan of those. And little tidy whities, not a fan of those either. So, you know, as with all things, I'm a centrist. So you come down the middle, usually what's best, I think. All right, we got rows of 6 rows of 5 extractors, all lined up, all ready to go. We paint them. Want to paint them orange? That looks strange. Maybe black and orange. Could we do the trim in the reverse order? That's kind of cool. Don't know what they would be colors. Something like that, maybe. I might change it, but just something to make it a little bit more visually interesting right now. Alright, we'll have to hook up power to all of these as well. Interstellar's gonna... Oh yeah, I read that already. John Murphy score for Sunshine... That's an awesome soundtrack too, yeah. Just unlocked Hyperloop and... Oh yeah, I remember now. Episode 11. Really love your city and Skylines... Love your city Skylines playthrough. Thank you, Cody. Just unlocked Hyperloop. Oh yeah, you wrote that as well. Sorry, I read it a bit late there, my bad. Your emotes didn't work the second time. Okay, so we need to get this water to go over there, but also we need to power it on. So I don't really know how to do power for something like this because it's floating out at water, you know. I'd like to get rid of the concrete and maybe put down walkways or something. What would be a nice way to kind of hide the power lines? I'm not too sure. So the power is going to be coming off of the sides of them. And they don't link into each other. It'd be nice if they did. You can get a mod that does that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you could get a power pole that just connects almost all of them. Seven connections. That would be what you need. Be 1, 2. So this would have to stretch out all the way. I just don't know if that would look weird or not. Probably will do this, and I think I'll probably put it somewhere like there. Scaffolding above for power? Yeah, maybe actually. That could work. Painted beams. It wouldn't even have to be above. You could do it where the scaffolding goes straight out in a line and connects into each one like that. That could maybe work as well. Let's try that. Let me just cut this. This is the line that we need to go along. What do you think? Something like that as a concept? It can be an orange beam if you wanted it to be. I'd make it... I did ask you guys. It's not backseating if I ask, so it's totally fine. I'd make it in the middle for symmetry. It'll be... No, well, yeah, I don't agree with that. It doesn't have to be symmetrical if it's the same for each one, in my opinion, anyway. Because that's like, you know, these aren't symmetrical. They're offset, where they're the design of the machine. So having a bar come off one side of it, I think it's totally fine. But, you know, I mean, it's just a matter of what you like. What if you build like a pillar with an overhang? Nice, Darren, never got you live on YouTube. I do love your content, makes my day a lot better. Hey, thank you, man. Feudal gotcha. I just F up my whole power board, so now I'm in pitch black. I've taken using beams for power distribution. Yeah, I do it in a few other factories. They have that overhanging power beams. So what I think would look better is if it hung over, not lower than it. It would have to come out a little higher up, maybe there. That would be right in it then. That's a bit too much. What about... Crap. Oh my god, I just did it again. Jesus Christ. There we go. So this could work as well. I'm just trying to get a feel for it. Once we have one done, then I know what it's going to look like and how we're going to scale them. So that will just travel along here. Get that out of here. I don't know about that. Looks good to me, totally fine. Possible a walkway between each. Yeah, that was the idea was to have a walkway above these pipes here. So what will happen is somewhere here, you know, we'll have stairs that go down. The concrete will be gone, stairs that will come down, and then the walkway will go between here. So we can look over and check the pipes if we need to for whatever reason, you know. So that will come. Alright, let's just make a choice then about this. So you guys seem pretty happy with how that was done, so maybe we'll just do that. Can you build, actually... Yeah, maybe you can. Hang on. So let's just stick this here. This could come out and actually go straight over it, and we could hide the power almost completely. And I was just wondering, can this fit in there? It does, actually. It would have to come down a layer to look right, but I think I'll do that. We'll bring it down a layer. So that's too high. This could be just right. So it's going to be below, but only barely. We'll just connect it all the way out and see how this looks then. So we'll do one row, see if we're happy. Although, yeah, what do we do at the end? That's a good question, right? Although, I guess you could just snap it to here, and it would almost look like it's part of the machine, right? Especially if it had one of these on the end or something. It's just like, oh yeah, that's just connected in there. And potentially, this could then loop across to the other one. So that could look like it's stable that way. Put power under the walkway? No, it won't really work because the power lines will then fly up, like it'll connect like this, you know what I mean? You'll have these hanging wires coming out of the walkway, kind of. I think so anyway. Because it has to connect to that point. That looks so cool, that like little orange wire there, actually. Alright, let's just hook these up, see how it looks. So, stick these right next to each other on the right side. Alright, autosave. You could run another beam to the ground at the end. Possibly. I think it would look weird because it's supposed to be out over the water right now. The concrete's going to be removed, remember. That's just there at the moment to give me power. Would you ever play Star Citizen? It's free right now. I would play it, not right now. But I would be tempted to play it more so when it gets less janky and more complete. I just don't have the time for it. It's too big of a game. I was watching a video about it recently. It looks great. I like it. I like the idea. I used to play games like that. I used to play like Arma, these sort of milsim games where you're on a big giant open map and you've got vehicles and bases and you're meeting up with friends to do raids and stuff. Like, totally dig the idea. It's just, I sort of principally don't agree with how they've done that game. And I'll just wait until it's not as janky. Is there a way to rotate this, like, up, I thought. Guess it doesn't matter. Alright, so we get the feel for this. Let's just get rid of the concrete now. And we'll see how this is shaking out. I'll just make sure this is connected as well real quick. That's just kind of temporary, just so that we have power. So these are all powered on now, this row. We'll just get rid of the concrete, have a look at how things are coming together, and then decide where to proceed from there. Alright. 2 more rows, 3 more rows to go. I leave any power poles behind? Don't think so. Alrighty, so there we go. So that's like the first bit done. If we just hide the UI a bit, maybe pull back. We just have a long black bar connecting these. Now remember, the color might change of the actual machines. I don't know if I'm super happy with it. The idea was just to use the orange, but then maybe blue for the water or something. It could be white, could be black, it doesn't really matter. The pipes themselves probably will be orange. All my pipes are in this build. That black bar might be a better contrast then later. What's your current power usage? I've got 5,000 megawatts free. I don't know the exact amount. Is there a way to check here? I guess I'll do this. There you go. Metal beam could look cool too, to match the bridge aesthetic. Yeah, instead of the painted beam. That could look good. Let's try it on this side. Yeah, I think I actually agree. I think I prefer the metal beam. And that metal beam could probably move up one. Maybe not. Wish I could meet in the middle of that. Does anyone know an easy way to do that? Just so where I can, like, meet in the middle somewhere. Oh, I think if you go up a bit... No. I don't know. There probably is a way to do it. Oh, there is a way. Let me grab this. Aha. Alright. So we can go right to there. Because that comes... Yes, look at that. The way we want it. So this is the line. We'll just start in like that. Get rid of this. Come back out. Try this the whole way down. This is actually blocking the power line, but we can hide the power lines inside then, so I think this could look nicer. Ah, you bastard. That's not creeping through, is it? No, it's not. All right. All right, so that line's powered now. So there's two different lines, right? We've got one with a metal beam, and then one with... Whoops. This just happened. Oh, don't tell me the game's crashed. Please, no. Oh my god, it just did so much. It did just autosave not that long ago, but I think the game just crashed on me. Fucking hell. Yeah, it seems like it. Is everything else okay? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, OBS is still running. Oh well, looks like we've crashed. I'll have to kill it. Don't know why. Oh! Oh, we're okay. I don't know how we're okay, but we are. That wasn't an autosave, by the way. Let's just save it now. Just save that really quickly right there. Metal beam looks way better. Yeah, I agree. If you do half a foundation, can you snap to... Oh yeah, well at least we've solved that one anyway. But that could work too, possibly. The save takes a while, so apologies for the long static screen. But we should be good in a moment. See, what time is it? Going up to 3 o'clock, so we've got another hour and 20 before I'll have to go. Alright, good. So there we go. Let me just, let's just take this off. Let's hide the UI. That's what we got. Now that's just one. We might connect them across to each other or something a little bit to make the scaffolding look a bit better, but it was just nice to see the differences. So I do think this looks better, especially since it comes off of that lower height as well. It just looks a little nicer anyway. Would it look better with a beam connector in at the edge? Just to say that something's happened as it connects, or even... No, that would look weird. I'm okay with that. Don't know if it needs to be there, but I'll just leave it there for the moment. Okay, so that's one row done. Let's just do the other rows, try to make it quick. Okay. Shame about the seam that you can see sometimes. But whatever. Steel beam looks better. Now on update 8? Nope. It doesn't work for me. And they haven't done any updates. I probably won't be on update 8 until they get back in the office and I guess put out a performance patch of some sort. Alright, so using this we can get our height to where we need it to be, which is about there. Actually, to get the height the exact same, I suppose I could just come across with this thing. And we've got a more reliable metric. There we go. Alright, just bring it all the way out. Alright, so we got to do this for a few machines over. Let's try to do it kind of quick though, if we can. And one thing we could do with it, like I said, is you could link these. I don't know how weird this would look. Could we even go through the machine? Could potentially do that every now and then. Don't know. We'll place those later. Let's just do the rows one by one first. Alright, so very simply we just connect in, just make a little power connection point on the inside of each bit. Maybe enclose the extractors in walkways so the beams look more structural between them. That's the idea, yeah. So there is going to be walkways between them, pretty much above or to the side of those pipes. Did I connect that? Because I like everything to be accessible, right? If I want to get to these machines, I need to be able to walk down there. The idea is to basically just get an area like probably like this. Like this. Go across. So that puts you in the water, unfortunately, but something... Do we even need to go that low? I guess not. We only need to go about there. Let's see. Yeah, it's unfortunately too low. So you could use the ramp as well, I guess. And that would kind of get you at the height that you need to be. Suppose you could use the ramp twice maybe to make it look better. The reason I broke it up like that was just so you didn't have a ramp coming off of stairs. It can look weird doing that. But this would be basically the height that we need to be at. I suppose being a little higher wouldn't be too bad. Let's try that then. Sorry about this. Keep that bit for now. Let's see. Actually, yeah, we have to start from here. So we'd have to come down to maybe... Oh yeah, we could just go straight down with ramps, actually. That works. Uh-huh. Oh, you bastard. No. This isn't actually hooked up yet, that's why. Alright, there we go. I can fly now. Have you shared your save with CSS? Nope. They haven't asked me to. Yeah, are you able to do that on the website? I think someone told me that you could do it on the website or something. So I actually say in the website paragraph, like, oh, happy to share my save. And then people said, like, you can do it through the form or something, but I didn't see a way to do it, so I must have missed that. But yeah, I'm totally, obviously happy to share the save. Excuse me. Alright, let's keep going. I haven't shared it yet just because I didn't think I could, and I thought they had to, like, reach out to you to get it or something. Wouldn't be very efficient, I guess. It's interesting, the spacing between these should be the same, but it seems like it might be a little off. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. Right. So we need this one, and that would be these walkways would basically go along down these stretches. At least that was the idea I had. Do the Minecraft music again. I really don't think a copy paste feature would be unreasonable for finicky things with a small item limit. Copy and paste. Well, you can copy and paste a thing that you're looking at. I know what you mean, though. You can blueprint, though, now in the game. So with blueprints, we can copy and paste. So that's kind of in there now. I kind of agree, though. It is finicky when you have something built, and then it's like, oh, I have to now rebuild it in a blueprint designer to make it work. I don't know why I can't just blueprint whatever I want. Like, why does it have to be in a machine? Like, I like the idea that it's like, oh, you need a building and you have to unlock it at a tier. I get that. But I sort of wish that I could just build the designer around the thing. So let's say I've got this. It's like, okay, let me throw a blueprint designer under this then or something so I can blueprint it instead of having to redesign it somewhere. That can be a little annoying. Tell you what's also annoying, this stupid hover pack's so limited in how far it can reach. I just don't know why they're so conservative with like movement and stuff in this game. Right. This way I can access every machine. I suppose I can't really check the pipes easily enough, but that can be done in the base of the strut, so I wouldn't really worry about that. You're having to check individual segments anyway, that's a different problem, so that's fine. Yeah, these could even be connected together. We could have a little ramp that goes down to the ladders, maybe. Maybe. I don't think it works out space-wise, but you could, let's just see something just really quickly. This is way overkill, but I'm just curious if I could do it. You did something like that. And then I guess you get the road barrier, right? You stick it in the middle. Grab one of these, turn it into a ramp. It's pretty weird, but it kind of does what it should. You just don't have really a way to get up. You could put like little ladders on that though. See, you could do so much if you just had loads of time in this game. It's like, oh, I'll just do like tons of little things like this. You know? Something like that. You have another ladder there. That way everything's kind of connected. You can check your pipes. That's kind of cool. And obviously paint this and color it and stuff, you know. I suppose, because of the way this would be laid out, it would probably just be easier to have the ramps come down like that and just have two. Yeah, I mean, it looks a little weird. Ugh. But it's kind of a nice idea. It's a way to actually access things if you really wanted to. But I'm not going to put that in now. But maybe one day, I don't know. If I ever find I have the time. It's just too much to do. And I suppose you could just blueprint a segment, actually. Maybe that would be the ideal situation, right? Just blueprint that little segment, pop them down. Not a big deal. It'd be cool to see a mode where you can select an area and make a blueprint from there. Yeah. Yep, I agree. Maybe use the ramps instead of the stairs for a wider incline. I'm a bit confused. I might have read that too late. If you did an upper and lower catwalk on the outside of the extractors, it would look pretty cool. An upper one, one that comes up at the same height. That might look cool, yeah. It'd be cool to see him. Oh yeah, I read that already. I'm excited to see the big shell operational. Yeah, same here. The next video should be powering on this strut. What that means is basically the oil so we're pumping oil up there. The oil is up on top. It's ready to go. It needs one more pump to get it across and into this one. Once it's in there, so most of it gets refined into plastic and stuff in there. That's what will happen. The rest of it's going to go into here and get turned into power. So I need to do the power strut first because it's going to add 13,000 power, which actually basically almost entirely covers the power for the entire thing. Almost. Alright, let's just keep a move on with this. I guess we'll just do... Yeah, keep going out with these. I'm just wondering, should I bother blueprinting this as little bridges that come down? I don't know. I don't think so. Just do the walkway as normal. I guess actually, let's just do the metal bars first and then do the walkways. But that was just to get the proof of concept. That's what we're kind of dealing with now, right? That's what it's going to look like. Except it'll be painted. And maybe every now and then these kind of cut across on the gaps. So you can have them like... there, coming across to join. Or something. Pretty central, right? Yeah, so that way it looks more like scaffolding, and then at the end it would stick down into them. Cut it for now. Alright, let's go. Next one over. So it's 2 rows fully powered. We have 3 rows to power left. So to do this, we just grab this, rotate it around. That gives us our height. Actually, no, we don't need to do that anymore. We'll just grab this one. Bring it out at the correct height. And we'll just latch onto that one. Yeah, there we go. Once that's done, we can get rid of this, get rid of that. Okay, you're in business. Alright, let's just do the next row. Let's just do one thing at a time. So we'll put the power onto it next. Oh, actually, I kind of need the power to keep flying, so I suppose we'll do that. Okay. Let's drag this out, and then each one of these is just going to be powered on by placing it right next to it, hooking it up. Like so. Love hearing them power on. It's so cool. Just the whirring noise of them powering up. It's like an electric car or something. Is this already on? No. I don't know why I couldn't grab it there for a sec. Alright, one more to go on this row, and then 2 more rows. Alright, so these are all on. These are not overclocked or anything. Basically, we need to get 3,600 water per minute. That should be fine. And it's all going to have to flow out and go down somewhere along there. So we're going to need... I don't know how I'm going to do that pipeline. Like 5 pipes need to come together and then slam into there somewhere. It's not going to follow that bridge. There's no room on that bridge to fit the pipes. So it's going to have to have its own thing. Maybe some sort of underwater pipe or whatever. Might be an ideal situation. Alright, here we go. Alright, next row over. Let's do this. Bring it in, come over this way. There we go. 40 meters out. The pipeline color scheme I've gone with everywhere else is just black and orange, so I might just continue that here. The joins being black and the actual pipes being orange. Let's just get rid of that. Change back. There we go. Alright. One last... Oh, we have to do the power for this one, so let's do that real quick. It's definitely easier to do power this way, coming back from it. And if you don't tuck it in too far, it's easier to connect. I don't mind doing that either. I know it's a little inconsistent, but it's not a big deal. Thinking about it, this would have been a nice thing to blueprint, actually, because we could... can you blueprint water extractors, actually? I don't think you can. Yeah. That's, I guess, the limitation of that system. See, I really do think, like, 4x4 in blueprints is just not enough. I really think it has to be 5x5. And I also just don't think, for situations like water extractors, pipes, and stuff, it's just really difficult to have to put it in a designer all the time. Oh well. I know on Satisfactory Calculator website, you can do what's called megaprints, which is just copying any part of the world and just duplicating it if you want. I actually did that for 3 of these. Not their pillars, actually, but the top bit. So the 3 northern struts were copy and pasted from the 3 southern ones. Yeah, I think so. And the rest of everything else was blueprinted. To move the water to the tower, you could modify your bridge to have the water pipe suspended from the underside of the bridge. No, I just said that. Like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I'd have to redo the bridge. It's just a lot of work. I know I should probably just do it, but it's just too much work. Like, that bridge is fine. That's carrying oil. So, having separate water going underneath or something, that's okay. I don't mind doing that. I don't want to have to, like, cut these pipes out, rebuild the whole thing, and get it to come over. I almost feel like these would be better if they just ran underneath the water and just followed underneath it. You don't really see it until, like, it just plugs in somewhere at the end. That's probably what I'll do. It's a laziness thing for sure. You're probably right. The bridge is there. If you just had a thicker end to it, it would make a lot of sense to do that. But it's annoying. And I spend so much time on this all the time anyway. It's just the thought of doing all these little extra things is just too much for me sometimes. I'm only human, damn it. I'm working on a save that's entirely made from megaprints. It's much harder than you think. Oh, totally. Yeah, I don't think it makes... If you're working from a save that's entirely megaprints, no, that doesn't sound easy at all. I don't know why you do that. Because it's the placement, and it's so finicky to move things around in the Satisfactory Calculator thing, I think anyway. But interesting idea. I suppose if everything was just floating above the world or something, it might be easier. Alright, almost done. Alright, we are all painted up, just about, so let's just finish our walkways. Oh, I didn't do power for the last row either, but we'll get to that in a sec. Let's just stop the walkways here, actually, because these pipes are going to have to continue out. Alrighty, the walkways will be painted as well. Okay, so this one doesn't have its power. That one does. Right, this is the last one for power, I think. Get in such a habit of not drinking when I'm on the stream. I'm really thirsty. Will you include buffer tanks for the water? I've thought about it. I like doing that, but everyone often comments, like, all my comments say, like, there's just no need for it. Like, why have a buffer? It's just a waste. I like it just because I like to check them. You know, I'm like, okay, what's the fill rate? You know, show me what's going on. And they just look cool. But, yeah, people say it's just like a waste, so I don't know. I haven't decided. When the water's going to go in there, and then it gets piped along this big pipeline, there's no real room for 5 buffers in there, I don't think. It gets piped along and everything gets fed up. Like, up here, you could have buffers. It would kind of make sense. You could see how things are filling and track it back to where it comes from if you label them. You could have buffers on the end of each row here just to make it look kind of cool. Maybe that would look nice. But again, it would have to be given some sort of support to make them, like a foundation of some sort, to make it look like there's a reason it's there. These at least look like they float. Anyway, where did I stop? So this one is connected over. The hardest part is finding everything because you don't know the factories or anything since you didn't build it. They're easy to... Oh, you're using other people's megaprints. Oh, right. I thought you were using your own. That's even harder, yeah. Alright, that should be all of the rows powered now. Good. So a question for you guys would be, like, where do we connect these beams? Do we bring the beams straight down the middle? Like this? Or do we not bother and just do it at the, maybe just at the end? You could have beam connectors going through them as well. Is that better or worse? Like, do we need that? I don't know. It seems a bit much. I don't know if we need that, personally speaking. Yeah, I kind of preferred it as just like rows of beams, and maybe at the end attach it. Buffers are, in my opinion, a necessity. Everyone tells me you just don't need them. Like, it's just a waste of space. And it adds sloshing and stuff. And then my solution was like, okay, I'll add valves. And people were like, oh my god, do not add valves. It's like, okay. Nice that they're 80 meters apart. The spacing is good. But it's a little weird that it goes straight through, isn't it? Didn't realize that you can actually see it kind of clipping in there. Maybe just at the back. No connector beams in my opinion, just one on the middle for structural looks. That's what I was thinking. I need one somewhere. The middle is a good shot though. I think middle, you're probably right, rather than the end or the beginning. Maybe we'll try the middle. The middle row is row number 3. Well, no, it's not. Well, yeah, I guess in between these two. Yeah. Let's try it here then. Even have a beam come down, I think might look okay. Or to the right of the pipe, so it wouldn't actually cut into the pipe. So yeah, let's just get rid of this bit. Alright, see what this looks like. Yeah, I think it looks good. we have access. And we'll have the ramps will come down the other side as well, so we can get to both sides. And we just need to paint this. We'll paint this in a sec. Yeah, cool. Alright, so the last row is now powered. Everything's all good. It would be nice to maybe check how it looks with buffers in at the end. So what I'm thinking is, for instance, here we've got like a bit of a gap. If we do the same on the other side, like a gap between here and here, if we do the same on the other side but bigger, you can have a buffer on the end of each row. And that might look kind of nice. Maybe. At least look at it. Do I have what I need to make a buffer? I do. It would have to sit somewhere. Could be cool to actually put it like deep in the water actually, but never thought about doing that. And then have all the pipes kind of come out together at the same place. Let's just paint this area super quick. We'll start from here and just run down. And there was one connection that I left painted black when it should be orange. I gotta fix that. I gotta find it and then fix it. Alright, beam connectors on the bridge where the metal beams connect. Beam connectors on the bridge where the metal beams connect. Yeah, we could have a look at that. I thought I did that, no? I'll have a look. A floating buffer? Possibly. I guess you could say it's floating, actually. Yeah, if we sink it halfway down or something, that might look like it's floating. Just means that the pipes would have to travel down. I hope eventually, if there's ever an expansion to the game, DLC and stuff, or just a big free update one day, I'd love to do underwater building. I think it'd be so cool. It's always my go-to answer when people say, like, what would you add to the game? It's underwater stuff. Like oxygen tanks, you have to, like, supply the place with oxygen to even be down there properly and stuff. I think that'd be great. You have diving equipment. And then there's, you know, unique resources down there that you need to, like, bring up or something. Right, I'm looking for a connection in the pipes here that is orange, not black. It's supposed to be black. I definitely left one. Huh, that's weird. I can't find it. There it is. Got it. Alright, good. I can sleep. Yeah, so... Oh yeah, I did one. I didn't do them all, that's why. Okay, cool. Bonk. Alright. There we go. I'll wait for this autosave. I remember reading that you shouldn't use valves everywhere because they always cause a minimal backflow, even if you have enough fluid to let through. Yeah, I don't know what the specific issue is, but I heard something similar where it's like it doesn't actually let through the exact amount you think. It's slightly less. That's what I heard. I didn't know if it was backflow or if we just somehow deleted the resource or whatever. I feel like if they were paint matched, it would look more integrated, therefore maybe you wouldn't need to attach another beam. Yeah, maybe. Beam connectors on the bridge where the metal... Oh yeah, I read that already. Subnautica vibes? Yeah, indeed, you would have Subnautica vibes building little air bases down there. I want to build tunnels for my railroad. Tunnels would be cool as well, but I just don't... You'll never get, in a game like this, terrain deformation. Just a far too big of a feature. It would change everything about how they make the game. Unless they specifically added in parts, like specific terrain, like sand or something that you could go through. But there's just no way I just don't think they'd be able to do it. That expansion is called Subnautica. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I love the idea. Like, imagine like a big geothermal vent that's deep down, and you have to get down there to get some like resource that grows around it or whatever, certain deposits that you can get for something. I don't know what you'd need, but then yeah, you could like supply oxygen and stuff down there, and I think that'd be cool. Just be something different. There's so much water in the game. I feel like you only use it for one thing. So to me, I look at that from a design perspective and think, well, that's an area of the game where you wouldn't necessarily be sending trains or doing loads of things, but you could do other things down there. It's like a whole different potential game. Obviously, Subnautica is like a whole potential game down there. So I think that'd be kind of cool, but it doesn't really matter anyway. Right, so let's see. We can put down a foundation. Just see what a buffer would look like down here. Well, it's obviously way too low down. That'll be right under the water. Kind of cool, though. But yeah, we just need to raise that. So let's try just raise it up here. I like the idea of it just creeping just above the water. There's something kind of quite cool about that. Or too steep. Oh, sorry. I have to go out a bit further. So the center of the pipe is definitely there. You can build it a bit closer in as well. Just kind of curious on how it looks. What do you think about that? I think that's pretty cool. Just like the way it's creeping over the water. Something kind of nice about it. And that would allow us to run our pipes underneath the water then. So we kind of feed in from here and go out then. And then we could have a walkway that lets us, you know, access them and see how it's going. Something like that, as they say in England land. The only issue, though, I see is these walkways run into the buffer. Do they? Or do they right... Ooh, it would be kind of interesting to go right over it. If we go one foundation further down, maybe that would be okay. Let's bring this out to about there. That's where it would be, I think. Get it lined up with the pipe, so that's lined up with the pipe. Bring this straight forward, see what it looks like going over it. Right on the edge. Are we okay with that? I'm okay with it if you are. And it means that we can access it. And the idea would be like this then turns, you know, somewhere and joins and comes back up, just the way it does on the other side. We've got all these like sunken in buffers for each road that tells us how each row is behaved. And they'd be painted either like that or the opposite, the other color. What does it look like this way? Maybe do it the other way. That submerged buffer is sick. Buffer produce small head lift. I think it's 13 meters on a large one. Oh, nice. Yeah. We're okay with the rails coming over them a little bit? I'm okay with it. You could even maybe... Yeah. Let me get that buffer again. That's... I was just wondering, could you like make use of the space on top of the buffer? I just want to see what it... That could come out like that. It actually fits a 4x4 really well if you space it out right. So... I'm just experimenting here, so, you know, bear with me. Just trying to see what it could kind of look like as an end stop. You could have like a little personal box. And then obviously this would all be colored, so switch this back. I think I will do orange first and then black second, so keep it like that. Bonk. And then imagine, you know, I'm just looking in the distance, like there would be rows of these. And while we're on it, we can check it, right? You can just check the edge. That's checking it. So we'd be able to check it from here or wherever, you know, the other side as well. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Different. I haven't really seen anything like that before, I don't think. So we need to keep these foundations height and just pad these out all along the way. And then we can remove as much of that concrete as we can later. Yeah, I like it. It's cool. It is cool. Good idea. Whoever suggested that. Sorry, I always forget who says anything. I'll take all the credit for it in the next video. Maybe even down one more level. No, I disagree. I think it's nice to have just even that. I almost want more of the buffer showing, to be honest. I know that it's creeping through a little bit on the edges there, but I actually think it looks totally in keeping with the paint job of the metal, you know? But I do see it. I see the bit that creeps through. And it's like the one imperfection, but I am okay with it. I don't want to lose any more height on the buffer. I just think it's in a good spot, personally speaking, I guess. But it's, you know, it's all in the eye of the beholder, I suppose. It just depends what you guys think, really, as well. So my only other question would be, like, should this be the section that connects up to here? No. No. It should come out this way and then connect up, right? That should be how it goes. So like an L shape and then joins up there. I was just thinking, like, you could have a double line, you know, a row of 2 going all the way out. Similar to, do we have a row of 2 over there? Yeah, we do. Don't know. Let's see what it looks like, I guess. Maybe we could do it quickly. All right, let's just get rid of these 2. Let's grab this, make it a regular catwalk. Go across with that. Maybe get the ramp. See where we meet down here. So then we'd be looking out on the sides to access it, if you know what I mean. Not in the front. It would be like that. This would be just a straight line that way, and that would go out all the way. That would go out. Oh my god. Now you're creeping through a lot more, but let's just paint it as well, just to get the finished look. Right, so from a distance, you get that effect. From up close, though, you don't really see them. You're kind of walking over them. But if you want to access them, you could look at the side. I think you could probably look at even this bit. Yeah, if you wanted to. What do you think? Keep it like that? And that way it's a bit more even. There's no, like, extra walkway coming out from the side. A bit more like this. This was, what, really just one tile away from the edge of the extractor. And so is this. So it's actually, like, dead even. You would do the L design, says Etheric Bard. Let me know what other people think. How are the lessons going? Really good. I have another one in really soon, actually. In an hour and a half. But yeah, I think I've had 7 so far. I think it's 7. Number 8 is today. It looks like the buffers are floating supports. Yeah, it kind of does. I like it. I like it where it is. We could try it both ways, but unless a lot of people are like, no, this is good. The other alternative, right, is just basically moving this out too, and then doing this the same. Yeah, let's have let's put down the other buffers and see what it looks like then. Let's just continue this. Alright, so we have our concrete down there. These have to just line up, so it should give us a, yeah. Floor is too steep. Alright. Now just really quickly, before I go any further, we should at least connect this and see does that look okay. I would say like that, right? Oh, they're powering on now as they fill it up. There we go. Cool. Yeah, easy. Alright, 3 more, is it? 4 more. I always forget how many we have for some reason. Okay. Yeah, part of me does agree. Like, it kind of looks so cool the way they creep over the water. It's a shame I'm covering it with a walkway, you know? But I suppose from the side and stuff you get to see it. Right, so let's just get rid of the concrete that's under here now. The walkways could look better alongside the buffers. Yeah, that's what Etheric Bard says. I think you might be right. Maybe. We could try it both ways. I'll take a picture before and after and we'll see which one's better. So I'll do it this way. I'll hit save. Then we'll do it the other way and compare the pictures. And if it looks better the old way, we'll just load it. So that's a good way to do it. Without wasting too much time having to do it out twice. Let's just do this side. This one will be the one continuing. Oh, I forgot the whole row. Oh no, I'm after getting rid of the concrete. Damn. I think I actually did leave some there. Perfect. All part of the plan. Alright, I think that's right. One more buffer. Yeah, I got it. Okay. And then we just fill these in. And we paint it, and we can then save it shortly after. Okay, there we go. So that's all our buffers in position. All next to their water extractors. They're not hooked up with the pipes just yet, but that's one version. Yeah, so we'll save that. Take a little picture. And we'll compare it in a moment. Just compare from the other side as well. Okay. That's one version. We'll save this. That's episode 60, stream 2, V1, version 1. Save that, and then we'll just adjust it so that this walkway is going to come out a bit further to the left. So the buffers don't need to change or anything like that, but we'll see what if it looks a little bit better, giving the buffers, like, I guess, space to exist out on their own somewhat. I'm not even sure how I'll do that. So less walkway on top of them, but more walkway around them. I think it looks amazing. Yeah, I'm surprised he looks really good. Yeah, the orange bits actually look nice. I agree. I think they look fine. Alright, so we're going to undo all this beautiful work, and we'll load that save if we have a problem. It shouldn't take too long just to adjust this, though. Just grab maybe this, just drag it all the way down. This is just to see the other potential style. I'll try to do it quick. The buffers stay where they are, and we just bring this pathway out a little further on the side. Okay. How far out do we want to go? We want to give them good space, so not even there. About these two, I guess. Put down to 3. Down to 3. And then just basically the same thing again, right? We just go all the way out. Now remember, we have to bring pipes out from underneath them and around and into there, so that's also got to happen. Hopefully there's enough height to get them in there. I feel like those beams for power connections should be orientated the same way as the walkways. I thought that, well, that was actually the initial plan, I guess, but it just looked a little strange, I think. But we did look at that at the beginning. That was the first thing we did, was put beams this way, lengthways along the walkways. The problem is, like, the reason the beams exist is for power connections onto the actual water extractors. And the power connection point is right there. It's on that edge. That little bit there. That's where power connects. So, either way, you're going to have beams going this way. So it seems like, to reduce the effect of having just big square grid of beams, we have just one going, like, down the middle, and then all the others coming out the sides. And they're just covering up where the wiring is. So that's the reason, yeah. But I know, you had to, kind of came to the same conclusion we did, which was it made sense at the beginning, but then based on where the wires needed to go, kind of didn't. Alright, so for the actual buffers, do we just come over them just straight up? Just like that? Or should we have a little block that sits on top like I showed you earlier? So a block of 4, just to show you what I mean. If we just do a like this, so obviously they'll have, assume it'll have the, you know, the barrier, the scaffolding going around it, the railing. But I'm just wondering, is this the idea that we cover just the tops of them with railing that'll be painted, or is the idea that we leave them clear with just a walkway coming across? I think the block, right? I thought about pillars under the beams, but it doesn't really make any sense, I don't think. I mean, maybe. You could bring a pillar like this, right? You just go straight down. Maybe it would make sense, I don't know. None of it really makes any sense how these are all floating. I think these, it's really that these are suspending and keeping everything up, and these are holding everything in place from drifting or moving off too far. It's like some scaffolding. But what's suspending the whole thing will be the air inside of the extractors. I do a block for 4, have a block around instead of over. You want to see them, right? Block around instead of over. I don't think that would line up very well. I know what you mean, though. But, so you're saying, like, kind of almost do that. Or something. Yeah, I just think the way they're... Oh, my God. Whoops. The way they're lining up, I don't think that would really work. Alright, let's just do the other side of this real quick. So let's grab this, bring it all the way, and we'll just cut off the ones we don't need. I think maybe the walkways on the extractors could be too wide too. Too late for any of that. If stuff is down, like, let's just consider all of this done. Because I'll be here forever otherwise, you know? The water extractors, they're in the position they're going to be. The beams are in the position they're going to be. There's going to be one catwalk. That's set. We're currently on just the buffers and the outside rail. That's it. I do appreciate it. I don't mean to sound any way dismissive. It's just like, we could go over and over and over on these things, you know? See you later, Nathan, by the way. And thank you. Imagine playing Satisfactory, and then every time you made something, someone said to you, but you could do it this way. After you've done it. Alright. I just wanted to get connected. I'm just finding these connection points to join back on, so... The only other question I have, I guess, would be this bit. So, does that come out one? Yes. It would have to come out one. And this is 2 of these. That'd be 1. The idea is, like, you walk along and you could just check it. on the sides, I guess. I guess you can check it there as well. But we'll do the full thing. I want to zoom out, we'll take a picture, and we'll compare photos, okay? So we will see both. Won't take too long. So just get rid of these. Now that one's done, we can just copy and paste them in. And I like usually on little platforms like this, adding like a little personal box. Usually looks quite nice. I like that, but with a 2x2 hole. Yeah, to make it even bigger. That could work. I'm not going to try it though. But you could be right with that. It might. I'd be tempted to try that next. Maybe when I'm building nuclear, to do this sort of thing. Have these sunken down into water. That'd be quite a cool look for a nuclear factory, right? Because they use cooling and water and stuff to cool nuclear power plants, don't they? That'd be a pretty cool idea, to sink like half your machines into water or something, just for the aesthetic of it. Maybe have buffers with like, walkway space around them. I think I will use that idea in future. Alright, last one. Like putting little Lego pieces together. Alright, then we paint it. Keep down the rads, indeed. The Ronkins. Not a fair comparison screenshot. We might have to wait for the sun to come up. So yeah, while we're waiting, maybe I'll put down those little personal boxes just to see. For some variety, we'll just move their position a little bit every now and then. Alright. That's what we've got right now. I think I'll have to wait for the sun to come up though. That's the idea. From the same, roughly the same angle. Let me check those other photos so I can actually see if we can get the same angle. I'm leaning to the first one though, I must admit. Show you what the first one looked like. It's unfair, isn't it, because of the daytime? But I'll tell you what the giveaway on this particular angle is, that we can see the water line of on the fluid buffers a lot clearer in this one, because the railway doesn't come over the railing. So I suppose what would have to be the fair thing to do would be to move up like here, because that's where that's the benefit of this one. You see it when you're more directly over it, whereas you don't see it as well when you're further out. So it's like a give or take, you know. If we're further out, we get to see the water line here, which is nice. But if we're closer on this one, we don't. Like one better, I think. Hey, Jerry. I think already V2 wins, says Clostifer. Wow. Do we have polls on YouTube? Is this do we have that feature? Is that a thing? There used to be polls, but I don't think there is anymore. There's just a community poll that you can do. I think it's, I don't know. Let's see, let me really look at it then. It might be up to me to decide. I think I prefer it the other way. Yeah, I think I prefer it V1. Oh yeah, straw poll. We could do it that way. Let's do it. I'll make one. I've seen live streams do polls. Yeah, on Twitch you can do it. You probably can. I don't know. Don't stream enough on YouTube to know. Create a poll. All right. Version 1. So yeah, we'll call it which looked better. So, yeah. Version 1. Rail over the buffer. Version 2. Rail to side block over buffer. Okay. Multiple choice. Yep. Settings. Allow section of multiple. No, you don't need to do a capture or anything like that. Right, I'll just make this poll. I'll drop it in the chat in just 1 sec. There we go. Wow, yeah, straw poll has come a long way since I last used it. It looks really nice. So I'm dropping it in the chat. It might take just a few seconds for you guys to see it. I'll drop it a couple times. So just click that link. And you can just click to vote. I'll vote as well. And we'll bring up the results in a moment. And remember, if we go back to version 1, we just load the game. We don't have to like take a long time, so don't let that cloud your judgment. Poll is coming. So let's see where we got it now. Version 1 has 17 votes to version 2, which has 5. So it looks like version 1's going to be the winner, or is the winner. I didn't actually set a time limit on it, but that seems like a pretty definitive version 1 is the winner. So it looks like we're loading. We're going back. Yeah, it's even gaining. 22 to 5. Alright, GG. We're going with version 1 then. Sorry, Clostifer. You can do a poll in the chat. It's a 3-dot menu. Yeah, I clicked that. I see community moderation. Participants. Toggle timestamps and send feedback. Community moderation. Oh, I probably shouldn't open that on screen. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see it. I didn't see a place to do polls. The 3 dots for me just say community moderation participants, toggle timestamp, send feedback, and toggle moderation activity. That's what it says for me. I thought this would be intense, but there is a clear winner. Yeah, it seemed like people were leaning a bit more both ways, but I guess not. Apologies for the long loading. How much time do we have left? Got about 20 minutes. Well, maybe 30 minutes. Yep. I've got a driving lesson pretty soon. I'm going to be set loose on the world for 2 hours. This has been a fun stream, though. I actually feel like a lot's been done, even though we've just been doing this one particular area. What did I miss? Yeah, I could do a little recap just on what's been going on. We've largely just been doing one thing, but I feel like we've been making progress and doing nice creative decisions, and the results are nice too. Sorry, this is taking a really long time. How many more lessons do you have? I don't have a limit. So in England, it's strange that you don't have to, there's no requirement to do lessons before your test. England's crazy for this, right? I didn't know this until just recently. So to get a provisional license so that you can drive on the road with someone in the car, you don't need anything. You don't need to do a theory test. You don't need anything other than to be 18. That's it. You just need to be 18 and provide an address, and then they send you a license and a photo. They send you a license. So I got my provisional very easily. So I haven't done my theory yet. So I've had 7 lessons so far, and about 2 lessons in, I realized... Oh no, I mean, when I bought... what's the word? Booked the first few lessons, I realized, because I was looking it up, that you don't need any limit. You can just take your test whenever. If you want to be self-taught, you could totally do that. In Ireland, where I grew up, you need a minimum, I think, of 20 lessons. Like, you need that. You have to prove that you've taken 20 lessons to even take the test, and before you can even get in a car, you have to have done your theory. So in England, it's just like, nah, whatever, man. Which is kind of nice, to be fair. Like, if your dad or your mom or whatever wanted to teach you to drive, they could do that, and you could just go for a test. I mean, that's kind of the way it probably should be. But I do think you should probably have to take your theory before you actually go out on the road. I do find that strange. And I say that as someone who's done that. I'm doing that now. I do not have my theory, and I'm out there driving. And that's a bit weird. But I'll be doing my theory in about a month. I've booked it in. Alright, so this is the one we're going with. But we only get to see our buffers if we're a little further out. If we're on the rail, we kind of miss it a bit. We know they're there, obviously. We can see them jutting through. But it also keeps the symmetry to the other side. That's the other benefit, right? So we have the railing that comes down here matches the exact distance of the railing that comes down on the opposite side. So the distance is the same. We just have buffers underneath one side. That's kind of nice. So, you know, there's benefit. There's perks to both. That's why I'm surprised it wasn't a bit tighter as well. That's how it is in the US as well. If you're over 18, can't you drive if you're 16 in the US though? I thought. I hear license in cereal boxes. So I've currently done 7. I'm not booked in for a test yet, but my instructor says he thinks maybe late September, if we manage to get one, would be good. But there's no available tests at the moment till December. So what he does is every day he looks for cancellations, tries to book you in. So yeah, I've had 7. So today is my 8th. And I'm only learning automatic, so it's also a lot easier. My biggest issue isn't really the control of the car or anything like that. It's just knowing the rules of the road. So I just wanted someone in the car with me to explain all that stuff, really, and get me ready for my theory, and then, yeah, just obviously pick me up on anything I'm doing wrong. But for the most part, I'm doing fine. Alright, so what we need to do now is hook up these to their buffers. So we've only hooked up one, I think, so far. So we can just hover to do that. Maybe we didn't even do that. Might have unloaded that one. There we go. Oh, that's the one. Okay, never mind. Alright, these can all now fill to the brim. Can you hover underwater? No. Interesting. Just see through the logic of the game. None of it's real. Alright, just paint these. And then we just need to bring these pipes over to the strut, and then that's kind of done. And the great thing is, even though I didn't get the other side done, now I know how to do it. Thanks to your help. I can just do the other one then on my own. Because we have to do this again, but over on the other side of the map. Basically underneath that one. Alright, so I'm going to be dragging out that concrete to kind of roughly map out 5 pipes in a row that are going to be traveling underneath. And going into here somewhere. So let me just run in here and see where they're going to appear. In Montana, you can take the test at 15. Wow. Otherwise, it's 16. Just watch the first 5 episodes. So great. Thanks, Stapler. You should be playing Anno Hams. Hans von Schlong. You've only watched the first 5 so far. I envy you. You've got a long way to go. But yeah, I'm thinking of streaming Anno, but not that campaign. It won't be Hans von Schlong. It'd be something else. A new one. Alright, so the destination is there. We need to bring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this pipe is taken. Can't use that one. It's taken midway through here. there's an extractor right underneath the pipeline that feeds into that middle pipe. So the bottom middle one is taken. Alright. So basically, we have 3, 4, 5, 6 pipes ready to go. There. They all need to be taken. And then they'll already have pumps that take them up to the middle strut. That's already in position. So we just need to find a place to bring that all in. Do we have power here? We do. And they're going to be traveling underwater. So somewhere around here, they're just going to appear. Wonder what's a good height to go with. I guess I'll just extend the foundations out from the buffer, and that'll be the height that's set for me. Alright, so just to have a little peek. So this is the height. This is just temporary foundation so I can see what we're doing. Because there's 5 pipes traveling lines. It's too much for one foundation to handle, so you'll need 2 in a row. Like that. And then it'll have to just creep up and go into the strut. Yeah. Alright. Try that. Maybe underneath all the way the opposite side of the pillar. Yeah, I don't actually know what's underneath this. Just water, I guess, right? There's nothing blocking. You could do that. And then just come straight up through the ground. That might be a good idea. Can't get down there, though. That's the only issue. You can't swim lower. You can fall low. And that'll, like, throw you down deep. And then I can, like, lock my head so that this is as low as it can go. But yeah, that could work. I mean, you could do this and just go all the way in and across. Following that over. There's no air in the game. I think we're okay. I think. And I think I stay at this... Oh no, I'm climbing up. Yeah. And I can't build anymore now. Actually, guys, I think I've just got stuck. Because I can't actually build anything. I can't delete anything. I'm pressing F. I can't get to the top. And I won't be able to go any lower. I've just soft locked myself. The only way I can get out of this is because I've got a mod, so that'll get me out of it. But otherwise, is there anything I could do here? Can't use my jetpack, can't use anything. I think I'm stuck. Hey, DJ. Remember for 18 months, goddamn. Wish I could watch the whole stream. Got lots to do. Enjoy. I'll catch the VOD. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, DJ. Yeah, so that's interesting, right? Don't build underwater because you cannot sink. And you'll get into a situation like this. You won't even die. You'll just be stuck forever. But luckily I've got a mod, so we can just break ourselves out of this. No clip. But that's a good point. You do not want to be doing that if you do not have that mod, because what could you do, right? So if I enable flying. So this way I can fly and clip, so then I'll be okay. I could do it if we want to just do it with mods, but I feel bad doing that because everything I've built in the game is not using mods, so I don't think I'd want to tell people like, oh yeah, I swam underneath and fed pipes underneath. I mean, you could do it without mods, I guess. That is possible. You just need to make sure you have an exit out every time you jump down and do it. So I guess it is in theory possible. Maybe we could just do it then. So where would I come up? I'd come up roughly around here, would I? Jesus. There we go. So that's where we need to come up from. Yeah, so you'd have to be building floor holes there and then send things up. And here. Let me just see. Really awkward. I need to get to that pipe, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. I don't need this one, basically. This one is the one I'm not supposed to connect to. Anyway, let's turn this off. Alright. No, you can't press C to go down the water. Didn't work. It works on using a hover pack. but it doesn't work in the water. Just doesn't let you. I'll just show you here again. If I just fall down, if I press C, C does nothing. Space brings me up. C doesn't bring me down. Just stays where it is. Control doesn't do anything. I'm not allowed to build. So F doesn't take out the dismantle tool. Well, I can kind of build now because I'm not quite underwater. Yes, that's sort of a cheat way of doing it. But now if I try to build, I'm not allowed to. But when you're right on the edge of the water line, like here, you kind of can. Anyway, let's just fly out of there. Yeah, I don't know. So this continues all the way around. That's from down there. I think to get to that one, doing what I've done here is probably just the easiest thing to do, actually. Yeah. Is it the right height? Yeah, I guess so. Alright, so for instance, that'll be one pipe, and that's the one that will go to there. The other ones will probably just come in around the side or something, go straight up. That'll be a lot easier for them. Just this one's the most finicky one, because it has to move in and around over two other pipes. Now, bringing it in the center, I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh. Yeah, I can't even see where it would be accessed. It'd be accessed here, wouldn't it? Oh, this would be a nightmare to mess around with. There it is. There's our hole we need to aim for. And that's our foundation that would be coming in off. So this would need to be just brought down, and something would have to join it, like roughly there. You could just obfuscate that and cover it up with walls or something. Not a big deal. I wouldn't even mind burying it in foundation. I don't care. It's fine. You're not really... The idea is that you're not seeing it. And the logic obviously would work. So that would be one connection in. Then the other ones could be like fed in from different sides or something. Not going to go very well. Anyway, can't go down the water, unfortunately. It would be nice if they added water controls to enable building on water. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I think it'd be cool for a DLC or something in the future. And hey, Blue Kraken Gaming. The new CS2 video just released makes me real excited now. Lots of good and long requested feature showcase there. That's good. City Skylines 2. Yeah, I didn't actually watch the last one. They've been really good with the marketing, though. Lots of good information coming out quite quickly about it. Alright, so just to recap what's been going on. Basically built this area over here. Pretty happy with how it looks. I think it's quite nice, neat, compact, efficient. We have a series of 6 buffers and 6 rows of 5 water extractors each. So that's 3,600 water per minute. The goal is to now, we've got this foundation running underneath just temporarily so we can line up our pipes to just feed them along here and around and then into here. Where they come in, I don't think I could really do it where it's super, super neat, but I don't think that really matters anyway. So what I'll just do to even start the process is super hard to see, man, without daytime yet. So one there, one there, one there. That'd be 3. I think we can go even closer than that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, that'd be it then. Let's start from there just so it's even. That's with the light on, by the way, but we'll just have to wait for daytime for it to be a bit clearer. Alright, so those are the 6 pipelines. Yep, okay. And, yeah, if we just line this up, bring it all the way down to, I don't know, somewhere like here. Hopefully I've got all the material I need for this. So just do auto 2D. These can just roll onto here. And then I'll be getting rid of the concrete. So this will just be like a pipeline on its own underneath the water. What is the background music? It's Minecraft, believe it or not. This is one of the soundtrack, some of the soundtrack that came from one of the updates they did a while back. It's not giving me the timestamp, but this is 1:30, 1:40 actually. So let me just see what it's called. Yeah, so it says Gareth Coker, Hanging Monastery is the name of the song. So Hanging Monastery Overworld, Minecraft Chinese Mythology in brackets. There you go. Gonna watch it in a minute. Yeah, I'll be watching the CS thing just after as well. Not on stream, but I'll check it out. Keeping myself busy this afternoon. Nice. Yeah, the pipes can travel under this one, right? So just break that out for the moment. These basically go like so. Alright, good. Gives us a bit more of a clear line of where to work. So hard to kind of line this up though when I'm this close to it. We need to, I basically need to go under the water actually. Right, so we'll start there. Kind of racing against the clock now. I've got a driving lesson in 50 minutes, but I need to, I don't know, change my clothes and stuff just before I go. Satisfactory sweaty work. But I'd really like it if I could get the water flowing along here and going into the supports that we have outlined for it. It'd be nice if we could do that, so just try to hurry up a bit. I tell you what, to cut some corners just really quickly, because I can tidy this up. Is that right? No, I don't think so actually. Hang on. I was going to say, I'll do the bend myself, where we can even that out. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3? Is that it? Hang on. The center, so we're not aligned in the center. That's the easiest way to know. Okay, good. So it's there, and it's there. Alright, so that bend, like, I'll make it look a bit nicer myself, but for now, we'll just do this. So that they're all hooked up. Well, I'll make a note of doing that. Alright, cool. So, they have to come in off of all these buffers, so let's just bring this out. Is that the right height? It looks like we're too high up, are we? No, we're not. We're okay. Sounds like music from a mod for the game, since the artist isn't official for the base game. Lady House says, no, there's no mod for building underwater in Satisfactory. Is there a mod for underwater building? No. Yeah, I don't know. So the playlist I'm listening to is called Minecraft Relaxing Music. Everything is pretty much by C418, although there's a few that are from Gareth Coker and a few that are from Lena Rain. Lena Rain did music for Minecraft 1.18. And Gareth Coker has done music for Minecraft Chinese Mythology, which I've never heard of whatever that is. Gareth Coker also did Aphrodite, Minecraft Greek Mythology Edition. So maybe Google Greek Mythology Edition or Chinese Mythology Edition and see, is that a mod or is that like a update or something? I don't know, or a skin pack or something. I have no idea what that is. But that's what he did apparently. Anyway, this concrete, by the way, underneath, this will be removed. This is just so I have supports for the pipeline. Hello, Stuart. Alright, so, again, to get this lined up, I know that we don't use the middle, we use the sides of the middle. So like that, and like that. And then it's 6. So I'll tidy that up myself, but the supports probably won't change where they are. But this is just to be kind of a little quicker, just see that our water is actually going where it needs to. I keep losing power just on the edge there. So difficult to see as well. Okay, cool. Alright, we should be fine for flying now. A game pack that came with pre-built world and skins. Well, there you go. Gareth Coker is talented. I know him from another game that I feel has good music as well. Yeah, because the thing is, with C418, they don't use his music anymore, so it makes sense that you'd start to see some different artists, right? They had a falling out with him or whatever, over license issues, I think. So as far as I know, they don't use his music for new stuff anymore. Right. Alright, 3 more to connect. You can just go squiggly into that one. So I'll clean up those squigglies with harsh right angles that we love. But just to get this water actually up onto... I basically wanted to go up there. And to get it there, we just need to... I'm racing against the clock. In fact, we should put on the Metal Gear music. It's a bit more intense. Alright, so that should be us pretty much lined up. Do I have the materials for all this? It looks like I do. Alright, so that's turned on some of our extractors again as they empty out their buffers. Yeah, we could do a little flush. Why not? Get all the machines back on, just for the fun of it. It is cool being able to access them like this, I think. Alright, so once everything recognizes that they've been emptied, the lights will all turn green, and they'll get rolling again. Big shell. Alright. Cool, so that's water flowing. Hopefully all those pipes, I think, are now connected. Oh, no, they're not. This bit I didn't connect yet. Yeah, I'm just going to be lazy about it. Just connect them like this. Alright, so they're all connected now over all the way just to the base of the pillar. They just need to come in now. I know one of them is already lined up to come in already. Right there. We'll get the one on the left to go in that one. The rest are going to have to move out and around. Again, though, I think I'll probably just have to do this on my own. Because it's just so finicky dealing with underwater building. We need them to go all the way around and into there. So I'm going to be super lazy with it. We're just going to open a hole and drag them up. So I'll fix that myself, but that's just the way I got to do it for now. Don't have the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the 5 other pipes need to go in there. Interesting to see if they can make... Ah, I'm out of copper sheets. Damn. Got some nearby. Water-cooled water, yeah. But yeah, the pipeline's in place, and the pumps are in place to take it up all the way. I just need to actually get it over there and see like one whole row completely full. That'll be the goal. think there's copper sheeting over here. I don't need that much anymore. Damn, I don't think I have any. Oh my god. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this done. What about you? No. Alright, the Crystal Oscillator Factory has some. It's pretty close by. I'll try to get there real quick. Hey, Nate. Thanks very much for the membership. Appreciate that a lot. Tribune, pogged out of his mind. Nate Trombomb. Hey again, Lady Ha. I know you're saying hi to other people. I love your newer builds and determination to do them. It gets so difficult. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it does. Sorry, I was reading chat. I can't drive while reading. Starting from the start, so I'll be mute. No worries. Gareth made music for DLCs for Minecraft. Looked him up to see because I was interested in what it was. Nice, yeah. Just joined. Hey, Swifty. I'll be actually wrapping up pretty soon. Just trying to get the last little bit of this build done. Alright, so tell me that there's copper sheeting here. Yes, there's some there. 633. Is that enough, though? Might be all... Oh, there's 2,000 here. Excellent. Good. We're fine. Any plastic? Plastic would be good, just because you build Mark II pipes with these. Alright, we got what we need. Let's go. This count as your driving lesson? A little bit. Spatial awareness. My instructor thinks... He says anyway, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, but he says that I'm doing really well and that I'm ahead for where we're at. He's like, oh, normally the things we're doing like now, which is on my like 6th lesson or so, he's like, we wouldn't do that until like lesson, 15 or whatever. He's like, you're doing really good. And something I'm pretty good at is just like parking. He's like, hey, you just have like good awareness. The thing I screw up with parking though, he gives me like tips like, so I'll be doing the test in his car. So he specifically says like, you want to line up, like let's say you're coming up to a space and there's, a line in the road for where you park, like a line in the parking bay, like that line for the spot itself. And he's like, yeah, you line that up with the middle of your door and then you full lock the wheel to the right, and that's a standard forward park. And then he's like, okay, for like a reverse park, you're lining up your mirror with the line, not the door. And you do a, I don't know, 45 degree. Yeah, you do a full lock until you reach 45 degrees, something like that, and then you like straighten up. See, I can't remember any of that stuff, but I feel like if I just do it by eye, I tend to get it pretty well, but I'm so bad with remembering things. Like, I have such the worst memory ever. So I get in the car and I'm like, he's like, okay, like let's do even just a standard forward park, and I'm like, I don't know how to do it. But if you want me just to go for it, I'll probably get it. But I can't remember where I need to be lining up what. Like, it's just too difficult for me to remember that. Because there's 5 different ways you have to remember. Like, you have to line up your shoulder if you're doing a reverse parallel park. You have to line up, like, the door handle for this one, the mirror for this one. It's like, I don't remember. It's all interchangeable to me. Alright. But anyway, other than that, I've been doing good. Jumped out too far. There we go. So I'm just very hastily connecting these pipes. We can get water flowing where it needs to go. I think we already have this head lift. Pretty much. So I don't think this is a problem getting the water to flow up to this point. But I think to get it any higher, it will be. And ultimately, these 5 need to join over there. They'll become muscle memory. Well, yeah, yeah, that's the thing. It's annoying because I've only done parking maybe for 3 or 4 of my lessons so far, and it's like I just really struggle to remember when I'm told very minute specifics like that. Whereas I just feel like if I was to go by eye and just practice it, it would be great just to. So we have our own car, which is similar in size. So I'll probably just take it to a car park and just practice, get a feel for it over and over and over again myself, which would be really nice. And then maybe that would just help, because it's just about time spent in the car. It's quite difficult to spend much time parking when you're trying to do all the other stuff. Alright, so again, just going to be quick and dirty with this one. Just drag these pipes over whatever way I can. Let's just bring power with me real quick. So we're ignoring that one. That's the one we're ignoring. It's already occupied. It's occupado. But that's kind of good. It means that we can just bring this straight down or something. Although it's having a bad day doing that. There we go. That's one. I'll just have to wait for the autosave. Been driving for 2 years and I still have a lot of trouble with it. For me, parking was the hardest thing I learned when I went through driver's ed. Yeah, Rosie struggles with it a little bit. Not really anymore, actually, but maybe a little bit at first. And it's easier said than I suppose as a passenger it's easier for me. But I'll sit in the car with her and I just feel like I have a good sense of where it needs to go. So I'll be like, yeah, just like full lock the wheel now, or whatever. And she's like, are you sure about that? And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And then we do it, and most of the time I seem to get it right. But it's easy for me to say that because I'm not the one who's worried about, like, you know, pressing on the gas or lifting off the brakes or whatever. I'm not checking my mirrors. I'm just going by literally where the car feels like it is. So when you're actually doing it, I suppose you have a lot more to think about in the moment. So basically the way this is going to work is similar to the other side. I'll just have to, again, just be very quick. It's going to be like something like this, like that. Like that. How do I get to the top one? I don't know. But the pipe could just come out in front of this one, I suppose. Right now, lazily, you could just do that. But what I'll probably do is have this pipe come down, then another one come down in front of it. And then these ones are going to wrap around, just like those do. I'm just doing it in a bit more of a lazy fashion right now. But in the next video, by the time that one comes out, this will be done. Someone will do it. Alright, and that's ultimately where we're going. You get the idea, but I'll just tuck it all away. Alright, so that's us hooked up to every potential area. So I imagine these all need their pumps, right? These ones didn't, actually. I can't remember... Or do they? Oh, they must do, yeah. They're not going all the way up. Alright, pumps. Let's see, do we have what we need for them? $20 meters, would that be enough? Let me just do a Mark II pump, and if I need a bigger one, we'll do it. Or, I mean, if I need a smaller one, I can reduce it. That's all the water. This is like so lazy. This is how people normally play the game, I guess, which is just, it's driving me crazy doing things half-assed like this, so half-assed. Where it's like, oh, I'll just connect everything together to see what happens. They're jostling. Alright, good. Oh. Alright, I needed a hit. Okay. We're pumping, so that should mean that water is now flowing all the way over to the other strut, which I think, I don't remember actually, but I think I've already hooked up. Hopefully I have, which means it could be already rising up to... Actually, you know what? Oh my god. Because we activated the flight mod, it gives you this weird inertia feeling until you reload the game. Well, let's go all the way to the top. And we should see it actually all the way already up there. Anyway, sorry, I couldn't read my chat while I was doing that. So, signing off, go play some... COD? Alright, have a good one. Get some kill streaks. Sometimes going to a large parking lot. Yeah. See, you're technically not allowed, you know? Yeah, you're not allowed unless you've someone in the car with you who has had their license for 3 years, and I don't know anyone like that. I'd go with Rosie, but she's only had her license for 6 months. So we'd just be kind of low-key. I don't think a cop's going to come up and be like, what are you doing, you know? Like, I'm practicing parking, dude, in an empty lot. That's what I'm doing. But it's just that little bit of fear where it's like, I just hope nobody comes over. I thought that parallel parking was the most difficult. Parking lot Parking was fairly easy for me, but I definitely struggled with parallel. Yeah, I've only done parallel once, and it was heavily guided by the instructor, so that was easy. But I don't know how it would be on my own. Probably not easy at all. Alright, if everything's working, these pipes should be the ones I think that are full of water, I think. We'll have to check, so we'll head downstairs and see. Something's going on anyway, that's for sure. Okay, I'm seeing water in those three, which is correct. That is supposed to be oil, so that was correct. I just wasn't sure. That's a problem. You can't get in and check the other ones, but I assume they're working. We'll know when we get to the top. So that's water, water, water. Yeah. So the back left one as well. Alright, let's follow this up and see how it's going. And the pumps are all stalled, so I assume it's, yeah, seems like it's gotten it the whole way. Got water. Alright, let's go to the very top. So that's this side. So yeah, I think all the water ones are full. They're good to go. Certainly seems like it, and the last one would be just that one in the center. Yeah, there we go. We did it. Water is up here now. The ones that are empty are just for oil. They don't have their pumps running at the moment, that's why. But that means water is here now. So this water is going to go through there, I think. Is it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some of it's going to go through there, and then some of it's going to go through there. So the water that's coming out of this one is going to be about 3,600 as well, I think. It's going to go out that way. And then the rest of this water is going to go out that way. The oil that's coming up from here is going to go out this way. So oil, water, and water. And that's basically how it works. But that's it. You know, I'll have to tidy up the pipe work, but effectively we've just created a bunch of extractors that have now pumped water all the way up here. Super, super fast. And nice. I actually have a bit of time to spare as well. Joke, my friend is offline, so I can still watch. Yay! Imagine having friends. And there's our water extractor grid. Very orderly. Yeah, now the idea would be that this is going to be just the oil pipes that are traveling in here. Yeah, so in the next episode that's going to happen for Satisfactory on my channel, we'll be utilizing these two pipes. Actually putting a third one in because we have more oil than I initially thought. And then this place is going to be divided up into 2 floors. So that's where one of the floors is. Already tested a bunch of this stuff. So there's going to be a floor line going across the place. This area is going to be divided up into 3 rooms, I think. This entire hex. One of the rooms is for refining fuel. One of the rooms is for handling polymer resin. And the other room is then most of the place, which is like 2/3, which is going to be fuel generators everywhere. So we have, I think I need 35 of them. So it's quite a lot. And they'll be up on a floor above. So this bottom floor here is kind of the logistics floor. This area here all the way up into there is all logistics. And then everything up above that is going to be the factory floor. And then there's a rooftop as well. I don't know what will happen up there. Probably nothing, but we have that space to work with if we want. So yeah, I'm excited because finally now, like, all the resources are basically ready and up here. I need to grab the extra water from the other side of the map, but now that we have a kind of working blueprint on how to make it look, it should be pretty quick to do. In fact, I could probably actually blueprint it or something. Oh, I guess you can't blueprint extractors. And then there's just one bridge left to go. This is the last bridge that needs to be built. It's a T-junction bridge, so it can't be built with blueprints. It has to be built manually. There you go. You can just see the snake of pipes coming out at the bottom there. And then filtering along. So that's cool. Does work. City Skyline series. What about it? You just wanted to say it. Water is kind of weird in this game. It is. Pipe fluids and fluid dynamics is weird in this game. Hey Darren, I'm gonna head out and start my day. Me too. I loved your content since I started watching. Hope you have a good day. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate it, and thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate the support on the stream as well. It's been very kind, so thank you very much. A lot of green names in the chat. Love to see it. But that's gonna have to be it. I'm off. I'm gonna be doing a driving lesson. I was gonna say test. Driving lesson. So that's why this stream was a little earlier than usual, but a nice tight stream where we basically did pretty much what I set out to do. We built the one side of the water setup, and I think it looks quite good. I'm really happy with it. Good input from you guys. I'll probably just do a couple little extra bits where we put down like some foundations, maybe on the corners to look like they have support into the water, but other than that, I think it's pretty much done. And the fluid buffers half sunken into the water looks awesome, so really happy with that idea. Can't remember who came up with it. Yep, that's gonna be it. All right, so just wrap that up. Have fun, have a good one. Good luck with the lesson. Thanks for your content. Thanks, Jerry, and Jerry Kirchhoff as well, and Blue Kraken Gaming. No problem. So remember as well, I'll be streaming, still continuing every Monday on Satisfactory. If you haven't seen it, I've got a City Skyline series on the go as well, which is doing really well. Really happy to be playing that. And then Anno 1800 is continuing, but it's almost finished. Wrapping it up in its final stages. It's in its sunset phase. With like 150 episodes. Pretty crazy. But yep, that's going to have to be it for me. So thank you very much for watching. Appreciate you. Thanks for all the support on these streams. Again, Aetheric Bard just dropped a $2 super chat, so thank you very much. And he says, awesome stream. Thank you. All right, hopefully catch you guys next Monday. Hopefully have a Satisfactory episode during the week. I've actually got no more lessons for like another 10 days, so I've got a nice stretch of just uninterrupted gaming content time, so that should be good. Just bought this game today. Hope you enjoy. All right, goodbye.